Harrison, a combined 28 for 94. That's a 297 batting average when all four are in the lineup. And even though the Commodores have scored 3 runs in their last 16 innings of action, those four have gone a combined 5 hits out of the 9 that the Commodores earned this weekend. And to consider that 3 out of the 4, minus Fabio Peralta, were picked up by the Commodores June 30th or later, impressive how they've so easily molded themselves into this lineup.
Timmy, over to look at the West Division leaders, the Bourne Braves. A tough one in their last game as well. Only mustered 1 run against one of the best teams on all of Cape Cod and Brewster.
You got to give it to Brewster, right? Because, Falmouth saw them recently and they lost. It's been a tough series against them, but Bourne only managed 2 hits in that game. It gets called after 7 innings due to light. There's darkness, of course, in Brewster. And, yeah, Bourne couldn't get their offense going. Only run is on a sac bunt, and that's not going to get the job done.
For Bourne, though, it's a team that has been built around consistency and doing the little things right, and they've been able to do that on both sides of the ball all year.
And it's impressive, too, considering you have lost some of your best players. Andrew Costello, who was near the top of every offensive category this summer for the Braves, he's out the door. Blake Schaff out the door this week. And with all these different lineup combinations, yes, they batted .228 this week, but they're able to make up for it with that pitching staff, which was top 3 in ERA the past 7 days on Cape Cod. So the Braves at 18-13-3, and the only team in the West Division, Andrew, with a positive run differential entering tonight's game.
They've had a solid season, all things considered, and they're going to be in a decent spot heading into the postseason to try and defend their title. But the last time these two teams met here at the Gov, Colby Putnam had himself a heck of a day.
He was fantastic for the Doors. Colby Putnam went 4 innings back on July 11th, which is hard to believe right now. That was the first shutout of the season for the Commodores, and he went 1 hit through 4 innings. So try and do that same thing today, and I bet he'll be pretty happy.
And he gets the ball today for Falmouth. On the other side, though, for the Bourne Braves, they've got a little bit of a flamethrower coming up.
Yeah, it's Tyler Baird out of Vanderbilt University, and a guy that Tim Corbin relied on in his freshman year. A 5.2 ERA across 45 innings, so certainly he could improve on that. But in high school in North Carolina, upwards of 98 miles an hour, and then Timmy just prefaced it right there. Colby Putnam with one of the statement outings by a Falmouth Commodore this season. Yeah, he didn't pick up the win, but scoreless ball through 4 innings against a team of the caliber of the Bourne Braves is certainly impressive.
All right, guys, last order of business, Timmy, first, your Bourne Brave to watch tonight.
Yeah, give me Riker Waite. He's back in the lineup for Bourne. He's been out for a while, was with Team USA, and last summer really dominated on the Cape. A 287 average in over 30 games with the Braves, a team that ended up doing very well and winning the Cape League Championship.
The Commodores are going to need a spark against the defending Cape League champions. Who do you see giving them that spark today, Farrell?
Well, it's funny. We're talking a bunch of Commodores today. We're talking Riker Waite and Tyler Baird, but we're talking about the Falmouth ones, of course, not from Vanderbilt. And let's go Gavin Greger. He's got 3 hits in his last 2 ball games, reached base all 3 times on Saturday night against the Wareham Gatemen, and he's one of those guys that is a glue guy in the outfield. He can hose runners on the base paths. He can make sparkling defensive plays. The incoming Rutgers Scarlet Knight in his 2nd season as a Falmouth Commodore has been nothing short of impressive on both sides of the baseball.
Well, we're in the home stretch. Only a couple games left in the regular season as Falmouth looks to get back on the right track before the playoffs begin. First pitch coming up from Gov Fuller Field at 6 o'clock.
Live from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, it's time for Falmouth Commodores baseball here on Cape League TV as the Bourne Braves get set to take on the Falmouth Commodores for the 5th and final time this season. As we say hello from inside the broadcast booth, Farrell Hudson and Timmy Weiss, both with some new haircuts today. And hey, guess what also can be cut? Something called the magic number for the Falmouth Commodores from 1 to 0. The best 4 words in sports, Tim. Win and you're in.
Right. It's such a great feeling, and Falmouth has been waiting so long for this, right? Since 2023. That was the last time that Falmouth made the playoffs, and they have the chance today, going into today, unlike on Sunday where they did have the chance, but they didn't know that going into the game. Now they know, just got to go out there and take it.
So a familiar face back against the Bourne Braves tonight in Colby Putnam, but for the Commodores offensively, it's having to get going, and they're going to need that after a 3-run weekend and 2 consecutive losses to Wareham and YD.
The bats weren't going, and I think the pitching at the end of the day is the main problem over the last 2 games where you give up 29 runs. But then the game yesterday, or rather on Sunday for the Commodores, was the bats were not working either. And the one run that you had was in the ninth, and it was against the position player. So the offense was not quite clicking, and Whitey threw out some great pitchers. You're going to see the same today against Bourne. So you got to put out better at-bats, yell with the singles, try and get some extra base hits. That was not working quite against YD.
Commodores have played all within 3-run ball games in all but one game against the Bourne Braves this year. The last time out, a 8-1 defeat at the hands of Bourne 13 days ago up the road at Doran Park. But fortune's looking to change against their first-place rivals tonight. 3.5 games back, but you're focused on clinching, especially going into a game with second-place Hyannis tomorrow. And that's likely your playoff scenario, Tim.
And the interesting thing about tomorrow is we don't know if that game will happen because there is a lot of rain expected. But anyways, we'll see what happens. That game is likely going to be a preview of the playoffs. And the last game you play against Hyannis until the playoffs. And the main thing is figuring out if you're going to be at Gov Fuller Field for the playoffs or if you're going to be on the road at McKeon Park. That game means a lot, so it's a big tune-up game today.
Yeah, and 2-2 against Hyannis. So for the Commodores' sake, they're hoping that they can get the game in. You'd like to host a playoff series here at Gov Fuller Field. Falmouth 8-9 in 17 games in Falmouth. But for tonight, Colby Putnam back on the mound. We prefaced it. We'll get to him in a second. But last time out, he was masterful. Limited the hits, amount of walks, only 1, 2 strikeouts, 4 innings, scoreless ball.
You really feel that Colby Putnam is one of the best pitchers on the team right now. He has some really good control, and he's been as advertised. He's not going to get you out with his really high velocity, but he just gets players out with ground balls, with fly balls, with pop-outs. Players don't get good contact off his pitches, and he moves the ball around the zone, and it's been really fun to watch him, and he's had Bourne's number, so we'll see if he can do it again.
Now, most of the power hitters in college know they're in for a humbling when they come to the Cape Cod League. You face multiple arms that throw 95 and above. Tonight is no exception. Tyler Baird on the mound, the right-hander out of Vanderbilt University. And, hey, the Bourne Braves have an affinity with Vanderbilt Commodores. You see Riker Waits return to Bourne, his second consecutive summer here. 2 Vanderbilt Commodores in the 1-2 punch for the Braves tonight. But for Baird, he's a really hard thrower.
He is. He throws 95+, so it's going to be tough for the Doors to bounce back against him because you've seen some high velocity recently. You haven't hit it all that well, so we'll see what happens.
National Anthem lineups, first pitch in baseball coming up here on Cape League TV. Commodores and Braves.
Virginia is a newcomer to Falmouth. She recently returned to the USA after a 30-year career abroad as an opera, musical, and concert soloist. All right, take it away, Virginia.
Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Throwing out tonight's first pitch are Ben Flanagan and Greg McKelvey. Greg has been a proud member of the Kiwanis Club of Mashpee for 5 years and will step into the role of club president for the 2026-27 term. Beyond his work with Kiwanis, Greg serves on Mashpee's Finance Committee and represents Mashpee as a delegate to the Barnstable County Commission Assembly of Delegates. All right, Ben and Greg, let's see those arms. And now Ben and Greg will take the mic and call out those words we love to hear. All right, fans, it's time to
Play ball!
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Moments away from first pitch between the Braves and the Commodores for the 5th and final time in the regular season. Let's get you the Braves starting. Wake back in the lineup. He's the shortstop. He'll lead off. Rustin Rigdon in center field bats second. Luke Costello in right bats third. Middle third in the order. Josiah Overbeek, Berkeley Mabius, and Justin Osterhaus. Ryan Pikatowski, the third baseman, bats seventh. Matt Bolton in left bats eighth. Bryce Eastep is the catcher, rounding out tonight's batting order for the Bourne Braves. And on the mound this evening is the right-hander out of Gardner-Webb. It's Colby Putnam, Tim, who has looked phenomenal in his opening few outings as a Falmouth Commodore this summer.
He sure has, and this is his third start of the summer, but the couple of ones he's had, he's looked brilliant. And on the season, a .66 ERA through 13 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed just one run all season long. And the last time he played against Bourne, which was on July 11th, Putnam was fantastic. He did 4 innings of no earned runs, 1 hit allowed, just 1 walk. So if he can go out there and give you a performance like that, it's going to be huge for the Commodores, which has had a pitching staff that hasn't been as good as we've seen throughout the season.
And for pitchers who have thrown at least 13 innings or more, Colby Putnam right now in the top 5 in ERA in all of Cape Cod, behind Danny Nelson for YD, Jason Krieger for Harwich, Will Wellen for Bourne, and Max Luzaraga for Chatham. We saw him pitch against the Commodores on Thursday night. Well, Tim, Commodores against the Bourne Braves so far this season. We've documented some of the recent struggles. They're 1-2 in their last 3, 1-2-1 overall in their last 4, but they've had entertaining matchups throughout the course of the season.
Well, certainly, and I mean, even between these two teams, there's been an amazing couple of games these two squads have played against each other, and now it's the last one that you have against Bourne until maybe the playoffs.
So a Kituit win or a Kituit loss in a Falmouth win, either or, against the Commodores into the playoffs for the first time since 2023. Colby Putnam is ready to go. So is Riker Waite. And the first pitch of tonight's ball game is a high pop-up. Middle of the diamond, who's going to take it? Farner and Maley. It's Matthew Farner at shortstop who puts it away for the first out.
And that's exactly what Colby Putnam does out there.
Doesn't throw entirely too hard yet. Has some efficiency. As we'll take a look at the Commodores defense. Rather, get to that in a minute. Rustin Rigdon to the plate and takes a first pitch strike from Colby Putnam. Rigdon, a .263 hitter in 32 games with Bourne. Awaits the 0-1. Grounds it softly to Austin Maley, who throws to first, and there's 2 up and 2 down. Now let's get you the Commodores' defense tonight, Tim.
You take a look, and from left to right in the infield, Braden Jeffries, Matthew Farner, Austin Maley, and Tommy Harrison. And then in the outfield, left to right, Carter White, Fabio Peralta, Gavin Greger, and Dallas Brooks behind the plate.
Luke Costello to the plate. 2 outs and the base is empty. Righty-righty matchup with Putnam. Looking to complete a scoreless first. And the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Costello at 240 on the season. 20 RBIs, the most of any Bourne Brave in the starting lineup tonight. Breaking pitch away.
But you've already seen from Putnam the way he pitches. He gets ground balls, he gets pop outs, and it is exactly what works for him.
Next offering is fouled back off the glove of Brooks. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 outs, no score, just underway at the Gov. Bourne 18-13-3 entering tonight's ball game. 7-3 in their last 10. They've lost 1. And 10-4-2 against the West Division. 1-2 from Putnam. Inside with the changeup. Putnam working deliberately. Into his wind, home with the 2-2, and a pop-up behind the screen foul. Bourne, the only team with a positive run differential in the West Division, entering tonight at plus 44, 5 over 500. 2-2 just misses above the letters, and it's a full count.
The crazy thing about the run differentials, too, is that every other team in the West Division has a run differential worse than minus 30.
Payoff pitch is hit on the ground sharply, wide of third, foul. Only 4 of the 10 teams have a positive run differential. The Chatham Anglers, who are 3 under 500 at plus 14. We documented on Thursday night how even in the midst of that terrible losing streak where they had 1 win in 10 games, still close to a positive run differentials. The 3-2's crushed down the left field line, but that'll go foul.
That was right on the barrel from Costello, but he just got out in front of it a little too much.
The Wake Forest product at 240 on the season in 29 games. Payoff pitch with 2 out. A breaking ball, fly ball to deep right center. Settling under it, Gavin Gregor, and he puts it away for a 1-2-3 top of the first for Colby Putnam. Milton Catt is proud to power the Cape all summer long. Scoreless as we head bottom 1 on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
No score as we head bottom 1 in Falmouth. Let's get you the Commodores starting lineup. It's Peralta, Jeffries, and White, top 3 in the order. Tommy Harrison in the cleanup spot. Matthew Farner, the shortstop, bats 5th. Jeff Luigi in the DH role will bat 6th. Bottom 3rd in the order, Gregor, Brooks, and Maley, right fielder, catcher, and second baseman, lefty, righty, righty. And on the mound tonight for the Bourne Braves is the hard-throwing right-hander and Vanderbilt Commodore, Tyler Baird.
Tyler Baird, who had a great season with Vanderbilt, has come onto the Cape and in his 2 starts this season has a 2.7 ERA and is a guy that strikes out a good amount of guys, over 6 2/3, has struck out 8 guys this season. So a guy that the Commodores got to be able to get up to his velocity as well. He throws over 95, so we'll see if the Doors can handle the velo today from Baird.
And a man who has received incredibly high praise from his head honcho on campus, longtime head coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores, Tim Corbin, referred to him as one of the more talented pitchers to arrive on campus, brings a true appreciation for the craft of pitching, along with a competitive edge. Well, Commodores are no strangers to seeing competitive edge, as any one of the teams here on Cape Cod this summer. A guy with the most competitive edge, you could argue, Fabio Peralta, Mr. Consistent for the Commodores, a .248 hitter, bats from the left side. To begin the bottom of the first, a scoreless top half for Colby Putnam, and we're set to go in the bottom frame as Peralta squares to bunt and lays it down right in front of the pitcher Baird, who fields, throws to first, not in time. Fabio Peralta legs out a bunt single.
I love it. I mean, that is picture-perfect way to start a game after you had 2 games where things weren't going well. You have a bunt single on the first pitch. That's Fabio Peralta for you, and beating it out, heck of a way to do it.
Interesting tidbit on Peralta as Jeffrey steps to the plate with a runner on and nobody out. Stolen bases leader for the Commodores, Peralta, as Baird's first offering to Jeffries is lined back to the screen foul. Peralta entered tonight with a .659 OPS. Commodores OPS on the season, team-wide, entering Sunday night at .659, seventh best on Cape Cod.
There you go.
Jeffries, who had his 19-game on-base streak, snapped this weekend in the loss to the Wareham Gatemen. Still .349 hitter, 30 hits, 6 extra base hits. Jeffries, the National Gold Glove winner at Michigan at third base in 2026. He's carried it over on defense here and put up great offensive numbers to go along with it. Swing and a miss, fastball at 91.
He gets his bat on the ball consistently every single game, and you know what you're going to get with Jeffries.
Large medal test for the Commodores with only 4 and change games remaining in the regular season, as though 2 misses high and away. Falmouth 5-13 against over 500 opponents. Bourne not much better at 4-10. It's been the trend naturally of the West Division. Not one team over 500 against an over 500 opponent.
Well, it's really just the East Division has beat up on every single team throughout the season. I mean, only recently has Harwich started to lose some games and Chatham started to lose some games. But for a large part of the season, those 2 teams weren't losing either.
Harwich at one point 16-9, now 2-8 in their last 10 as Peralta takes off and a fly ball foul third base side. But in that East Division, 3 teams over the 500 mark, only 1 here in the West Division. Bourne 8-9-1 against East Division opponents. To go off of Tim's point, Commodores are 9-10-1 against the East. 1-2 with nobody out. Breaking ball high and in tight. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jeffries.
It is a little weird to see the Commodores at basically a 500 record against the East, which has some really good teams. And then you look at the West, and they've struggled a little bit more.
Baird working from the left side of the rubber. Peralta takes off. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Tag applied. Not in time. Jeffries down on strikes, but a stolen base for Peralta. And there's 1 gone in the bottom of the first. Let's check out tonight's defensive alignment for the Bourne Braves.
In the infield at third base, Ryan Pikatowski, Riker Waite, and Justin Osterhaus, Josiah Overbeek at first. And then left to right in the outfield, Matt Bolton, Rustin Rigdon, and Luke Costello. And behind the plate, Bryce Eastep.
For Fabio Peralta, that breaks the tie with Harwich's Colin Larson. Peralta now in the driver's seat, 18 stolen bases, the leader on Cape Cod. It's Carter White to the dish with 1 out as he fists one off the end of the bat. Jam shot, shallow center, that dunks for a base hit. Peralta around third. He'll get the stop right there from Bo McMillan. Runners on the corners for Falmouth with 1 out.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's probably the only time this season you'll see a single and Fabio Peralta on second base and him not be able to get across the score because he has so much speed. But he couldn't quite get a good read on it and takes the safe option not to go all the way towards third on that bloop shot by White. Good spot here. Runners on the corners, 1 out.
And it's the MAC Player of the Year in Tommy Harrison. A great first week in Falmouth. 346 average in 7 ball games. 9 hits, 4 extra base hits, a homer, and 4 RBIs. He's got more runners on here as he lines one into left for a base hit. As Peralta comes plateward, the Commodores lead 1-0 on an RBI single from Tommy Harrison.
The top of the lineup is getting it done for the Doors. These are the guys, these top 4, that you're going to rely on the rest of the season. You're most likely going to see them in those spots the rest of the season. And they're delivering right now exactly the jolt this team needed to start today.
It's Matthew Farner, righty-righty matchup, 2 on with 1 out and a run home. First pitch from Baird, breaking ball, top of the zone, misses, 1-0. Farner at 167 in Falmouth. 55 games with the North Florida Ospreys, 57 hits, 13 extra base hits, 12 homers, and 40 RBIs. Nothing in 1 offering, or rather 1-0, excuse me, as a called strike, 1-1. Carter White on second, Tommy Harrison on first. 1-1 pitch, strike outside corner.
And it's impressive to start today with the at-bats they're putting up against Baird. Great pitcher, and the Doors have had his number so far.
1 ball, 2 strike offering. Breaking ball rolled on the ground into left field for a base hit. Rounding third, White. He gets the wave and comes to the plate. The throw from White, Bolton, not in time. An RBI single for Matthew Farner. It's 2-0 Falmouth.
All right, finding the right spots and just getting the ball in play. That's what we're seeing right now, and that is what we have seen from the Doors this season when things are going well. They get the ball in play, they get singles, and runs come across.
As Scott Landers comes out to the mound. We haven't seen any action in the Bourne Braves bullpen. It's just one of those conversations, Tim, you imagine. Just calming his pitcher's heart rate down. Tyler Baird brought over here from Vanderbilt, 45 innings in his freshman season.
And Bourne also had a tough game the last time they played, a 4-1 loss against Brewster. So it could just be calm down a little bit. Let's get this team in check. Try and get our momentum and mojo back.
For the Commodores, in a third of an inning, they've put up 2 runs and 4 hits. And out to a commanding lead for Colby Putnam. It's Jeff Luigi to the dish with Harrison on second, Farner on first. Baird's offering. Breaking ball and some firewood. Jam shot to second base. Osterhausen underhand flip to first. His only play completes it. And Luigi's out, but both Harrison and Farner advance up 90 feet.
No problems with that. With 1 down, you move the runners up to second and third. 1 hit could make this a 4-0 game.
And it's Gavin Greger to the plate with 2 out. 255 average for Greger, who had himself a great weekend. 3 hits in the 2 games combined. We mentioned on the pregame show the top 4 of Peralta, White, Jeffries, and Harrison combining for 5 of the 9 hits. Well, Greger accounted for 3 of his own, too, as he swings and misses at Baird's first offering. Nothing in 1 count with 2 outs. Bottom 1, Harrison on third, Farner on second. 2 runs on 4 hits for Falmouth as Greger squares and draws it back, takes the pitch away.
It's been fun to watch Greger since the All-Star break. He has had his mojo back and his energy and is getting the bat on the ball and getting really good pieces consistently.
1-1 pitch from Baird. Strike inside corner. Gregor, 3 RBIs in 15 games, 14 hits and an extra base hit. Awaits the 1-2 with 2 out. Lined into left field, base hit. Harrison comes in to score. Farner gets the wave. The throw from Bolton is not in time. Taken off for seconds. Gregor, he'll be thrown out, but 2 more runs come in to score on another hit in a productive bottom of the first inning for the Commodores. 2-run RBI single for Gregor, who's thrown out trying to advance it into a double. Nonetheless, for Falmouth in the inning, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Let's head to the second. 4-0 Commodores here on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Let's take a look at today's game time weather temperature. It's a gorgeous one. Another nice day in Falmouth. 76 degrees, feels like 75. The wind is blowing 12 to 17 miles per hour out to the northeast. I think Tommy Harrison likes that scouting report, Tim.
He must. And, you know, a guy that has come in with so much power. So already an RBI today as well for Harrison.
As we take a look at Timmy's keys to the game for the Bourne Braves.
Well, Bourne has had Falmouth's number on the pitching side all season long. The most runs Falmouth has scored is 4. They've also no-hit Falmouth. And then Falmouth also needs to avoid letting Bourne draw walks. Bourne has done a lot of walking recently over their last week, and that's something the Doors need to limit.
Scoreless first for Colby Putnam. He's back out for the second, and he fires a first pitch fastball outside to the lefty hitting first baseman Josiah Overbeek. It's the middle third in the Bravos order. Lefty switch hitter righty here in the second. Changeup clips the outside corner at 78 miles an hour for a called strike 2.
And Putnam throws a lot of strikes. Now he can certainly do that with a 4-run lead.
Check that 1-1. Changeup outside. Last time out for Colby Putnam was on July 11th against the Bourne Braves, or last time he faced the Bourne Braves, shall I say, 17 days ago. It's the changeup high and away. Putnam went 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts left. With it being a no-score ball game, obviously ineligible for victory due to less than 5 innings pitched. 3-1 inside for ball 4, and that walk is our free pass of the game, presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. So Overbeek, a .230 hitter in 14 games, walks. He's on first with nobody out, and it's the switch hitter batting left, Berkeley Mabius. First pitch from Colby Putnam is a strike on the outside corner. Mabius, a .204 hitter, 5 RBIs on the season. In 14 ball games, the product out of the University of Oregon. As a timeout called, asking to engage with the lefty hitting Mabius is the home plate umpire, Robert Melms, which gets you our umpires for tonight. Robert Melms, as we just mentioned, behind the plate. Ryan DeMaria is at first. Glenn Stewart is down at third. 0-1 with nobody out. Line foul, 0-2. As good of a bottom of the first inning as the Commodores could imagine. 4 runs on 5 hits against the hard-throwing right-hander Tyler Baird.
And man, did they need that.
The 0-2 offering is a fastball high and away. Putnam still getting up there in pitch velocity. A couple fastballs just south of 90 at 88 and 89.
Yeah, it's one of the fastest we've seen him at this season.
Colby comes set right side of the rubber. The 1-2 offering is a roller on the ground foul. The first picked up by Harrison.
And impressive, too, because you see a lot of guys sometimes slow down as they get throughout the summer, and especially towards the end of the summer. But not the case here.
One, two with nobody out. Putnam deals, lined into center field. Peralta coming on, makes a nice catch. Fires back to first, not in time. Nonetheless, a laser beam throw from Peralta, and there's one down.
I love the audacity still to throw to first base, and Peralta is ready at any time, any moment for anything, and he's always going to make a throw if he sees something. So just fun to watch out there in center field all season long.
So 3 straight lefties to come to the plate against Colby Putnam in the top of the second. It's Justin Osterhaus, the second baseman, out of the University of Alabama, .235 hitter in 6 ball games. First pitch from Putnam, lined into center field, the no-fly zone once again. Fabio Peralta, who else, makes the catch for the second out. That's something Putnam's done incredibly well, Tim. After a walk, you get 2 quick outs, 2 pitches, 2 outs.
And he doesn't walk many guys, so don't expect to see too many more today. That was a chance for Bourne. Now there's 2 down, and you just need 1 more out. Putnam keeps looking for those pop-outs, fly-outs. It's lethal.
It's Ryan Pikatowski to the plate, 1 on and 2 out. And the fastball catches the top of the zone for a strike at 88.
More and more today, you see strictly strikeout pitchers. But Putnam is showing, and other guys on the Cape even, that you can be the other way.
0-1 offering off the outside edge. Putnam using all different kinds of velocity and pitch location to his perfection. The 1-1 pitch with 2 out. Breaking ball low. Nice stop from Brooks. At the University of South Carolina, Sumter for Pikatowski in 2026. A .463 average, 25 home runs, and 82 RBIs in 55 ball games. Lighten it up. 2-1. Top of the zone misses, 3-1. Putnam in danger of issuing his second walk of the inning. Short lead off of first for Josiah Overbeek. And the next offering is a strike inside corner, and the count is full.
Just need 1 more pitch, get out of this, and keep your 4-run lead.
Putnam deep breath, right side of the rubber. Winds and fires the payoff pitch. A high pop-up, left side of the diamond. Braden Jeffries in foul territory. Makes the catch, and that does it for the Bravos in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. An inning and a half through, 4-0 Commodores on Cape League TV.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern propane and oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
4-0 Commodores as we head bottom 2 at the Gov. Let's take a look at tonight's Commodores keys to the game, Tim.
And the main one, the first one, is eliminating the big inning. The last 2 games, Falmouth has given up 10 runs in an inning, and that just is not acceptable. You're not going to win games like that and get extra base hits, because the Commodores win games when they get a lot of extra base hits. They haven't done that in the last 2 games.
It's Dallas Brooks to lead off the bottom of the second for the Commodores. Brooks, Maley, and Peralta. First pitch, breaking ball, inside. Dallas, a .269 hitter in 15 ball games. Awaits the 1-0. Check swing, swing, fly ball down the left field line. That'll go foul.
That was a weird check swing. You never see it come off the barrel, usually, on a check swing. That's why it's funny.
One is outside. Commodores with one of their best bottom of the first innings they've had all season long. 4 runs, 5 hits, and 7 batters come to the plate. Ground ball left side, that'll scoot through just past the shortstop Waite into left for a base hit. So Dallas Brooks is aboard, 1 on and nobody out.
Falmouth is single machines right now. Just getting any spot in the infield and driving the ball, getting it in play, and it's working to perfection.
So it's Austin Maley to come to the plate with Brooks off of first and nobody out. A righty-righty matchup. First pitch from Baird is rolled on the ground. Diving stop at third base by Pikatowski. Throws offline to first, not in time. An infield hit and the 7th hit for the Commodores in an inning plus against Tyler Baird.
Amazing. The single doors right now. And that was almost a heck of a play by Pikatowski. On his backside, made the throw over to first.
Still nobody up in the Bourne bullpen, it seems, Tim. That's incredible. Commodores have batted around in an inning plus, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. And now Fabio Peralta comes to the plate with the great speed with Dallas Brooks off of second, Austin Maley off of first, as Baird's going to quickly check on Brooks. Nothing doing there.
The Commodores have more hits than they had all of last game already. It's the second.
Falmouth 2 runners on and 4 runs home just in the bottom of the second. Knocking on the door for more as the breaking pitch is rolled on the ground foul on the bunt attempt from Peralta. Onslaught of hits, impressive for the Commodores, who enter tonight's game leading the Cape Cod League in hits at 278, 9 over second place YD in that category, and we obviously know YD, holders of the best record in all of Cape Cod at 26-8-1.
It's impressive that they're able to have more hits than YD at this point. That's just because that's the type of baseball team, the identity they play under. They get a lot of singles.
0-2. Breaking ball off the end of the bat. Shallow left field. In charge is Bolton, and he'll make a nice running grab.
I thought for a second that one was going to drop in as well. Can't get everything to drop down right now, though.
He didn't hit it off the end of the bat enough, Tim.
Right.
Would have liked maybe even 2 inches more off the end of the shaft. As 2 on with 1 out for the left-handed hitting Braden Jeffries, who struck out against Baird in the bottom of the first. Lined left field base hit. Rounding third, Dallas Brooks. He'll stop right there. And the bases are juiced with 1 out for the Commodores.
Man, oh man. I mean, line drive machines right now. This is amazing. This is something we haven't seen from the offense in the first 2 innings, maybe since July 3rd against Katuitt, when they scored 10 runs in the first 2 innings.
It's Carter White, who looks to keep the party going here in the second. Brooks off third, Maley off of second, and Jeffries is off of first. White up the middle, base hit center field. Brooks in to score, right behind him, Maley. Throw to the plate from Rustin. Rigdon on a line, tag applied, not in time. Scoots away from the catcher, E-step. 2-run score on a 2 RBI single for White, his second hit of the ball game, and the Commodores lead 6-0.
Well, bye-bye the blowout games where you give up 14 and you don't get the hits. But now the Doors are dialed in today, bringing the bats, and they're not stopping.
Now Bourne starting to finally get an arm loose. Bryce E-step out to the mound to have a conversation with his righty starter in Baird. If there's any guy who can break the game open even more, it's Tommy Harrison to the plate. 2 on, 1 out for Harrison, an RBI single in the bottom of the first. He came around to score.
Harrison has the most home run pop power of any player on the team. I mean, 6-0 at this point. All it's about is pitching at this point. Having Putnam go out, keep giving you innings.
And
but
great news.
Certainly the Commodores wouldn't mind a couple more here.
Great news for the Commodores as it stands right now. Hyannis a 5-1 lead over the Katuitt Cavaliers at Lowell Park in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 on and 2 out for Katuitt. We'll keep you updated on that game as the evening rolls along. Remember, a Katuitt loss would clinch a playoff berth for the Commodores, which would be their first since 2023 as Harrison takes the whiffling breaking ball for a called strike.
But the Doors want to do it themselves. I mean, we talked to Coach Stamm before the game, and that's exactly what he said. We want to do it ourselves.
Nothing in one offering. Harrison takes strike 2. So 2 backdoor breaking balls, and I think Tyler Baird understands the assignment, Tim. You don't want to give a fastball in a prime position to Tommy Harrison. Oh, 0-2 offering. Inside, jammed him in on his hands at 93, and Harrison stays alive. Nine hits for the Commodores against the right-hander Tyler Baird through an inning and a third. Nice crowd on hand. Warm night in Falmouth for the 5th and final matchup. Third to last regular season game here at Gov Fuller Field. 0-2 with 1 out. Harrison swings and misses at the high fastball, and there's 2 gone.
It's all good. You still got 1 more out to get another runner across.
So it's Matthew Farner to the plate. Righty-righty matchup with 2 out. Braden Jeffries on second. Carter White is on first. Baird comes set. Glove at his belt. Deep breath, middle of the rubber. First offering to Farner is a breaking ball missing at the top of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes.
Baird had given up 8 hits all season coming into today. Now he has 9 through an inning and 2/3.
Baseball is quite the interesting sport at times. Breaking ball strike to Farner, letter high outside corner. Farner, an RBI single in the bottom of the first. He came around to score. A 1-1 count with 2 on and 2 out. Baird a peek at second, delivers. Strike, outside corner, top of the zone. 2 strikeouts in as many innings for Tyler Baird, who looks to escape the second without any further trouble. Scott Landers seemingly keeping his right-handed starter on a longer leash than anticipated with 6 runs home. 1-2, breaking ball hammered, deep right field. Racing back is Costello, all the way back, and he makes not the catch. Thought he had it in his glove for a second, but didn't come up with it. Jeffries scores. Coming in to score behind him is Carter White. And going to third and getting nabbed there is Farner. But the 2 runs do indeed cross the plate. We'll wait to see the scoring. But as it stands, 8-0 Falmouth. We'll get it sorted out on the other side of the break on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
As we welcome you back to Gov Fuller Field for Falmouth Commodores Baseball. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. So for the Commodores, it's a touchdown and 2-point conversion through only 2 frames so far, Tim. An 8-0 lead. As we got mascot madness going on at the ballpark tonight, that has to contribute to some of the Commodores' newfound success.
I mean, wow, they're having a good time over there. We got sharks. We got some traffic cones, I think, a hot dog. Of course, Homer, the mascot for the Commodores. They're having fun. What's not to have fun about right now?
You never know what mascot madness can do. Grimace showed up to a New York Mets game 2 years ago, and since then, or at least that season, they took off.
Not this season.
We moved top 3. And the first pitch away. A fastball from the righty Putnam, who's gone 2 scoreless, to the lefty hitting left fielder Matt Bolton. It's Bolton, Estep, and Riker Waite, 8, 9, and 1 in the Braves order. Rolled on the ground, wide of first, foul. It's a repetitive trend within baseball, Tim. You had Baby Shark with the Nationals in 2019. They started 19 and 31 and then went on to win the World Series as the changeup misses away. Grimace with the Mets, and they make a surprise NLCS appearance. For the Commodores, maybe a sign of things to come.
Right. You never know.
2-1 with nobody out. Outside for ball 3.
There's a couple of them over there, so you don't know which one you could credit it to.
That's true. I'll go with our mascot.
Yeah.
The original.
That's
Hit sharply to first. Tommy Harrison stabs it and takes it to the bag for the first out. One gone, bases empty, top 3. 8-run lead for Falmouth, and it's the righty hitting catcher, Bryce Estep. Estep serving primarily as a backup catcher this season for the Bourne Braves in 16 ball games. Out of Coastal Carolina, chops one on the ground just past Jeffries at third into left for a base hit. A bouncy Baltimore chop-esque swing off the bat of Estep as he gets on and 1 out.
That ball was hit pretty hard off the bat, and a really tough one for Jeffries to read. I don't think he had a chance at it, just too high over his head.
And the first hit of the ball game surrendered for Colby Putnam through 2 1/3. 1 walk, no strikeouts, 1 hit, no runs, no earned. Back to the top of the batting order, and the lefty hitting shortstop, Riker Waite, who squares to bunt and drops it foul behind Brooks. Riker Waite, a teammate of Tyler Baird and Rustin Rigdon at Vanderbilt University, the Queen Creek, Arizona native. A 182 hitter in 4 games with Bourne, 305 in 58 games with Vanderbilt. 0-1 with 1 out. Change up off the plate. Seven homers, 44 RBIs, 60 hits, and 16 of them extra base hits at Vanderbilt. A 1-1 offering is outside for ball 2. So Putnam with his third 3-1 count of the game. Bounced back in the top of the second inning to get a pop-up off the end of the bat for Ryan Pikatowski to end his second frame of work. Look to bounce back here. Runner on, one out. 3-1 pitch is lined into left field. Carter White a couple steps to his left and makes a running grab. Ball had a little bit of tailspin, almost took off on White, but he adjusts and makes the play.
Right, he thought it was going to be a little bit shorter in, and then realized kind of at the last second, oh, wait, I got to go back on this ball. But no problem for White in left field.
It's Rustin Rigdon to the plate with a runner on and 2 out. First pitch to Rigdon from the righty. Putnam's outside. Rustin Rigdon in the leadoff spot last time against the Commodores. 0 for 3, reached base twice on a walk and a fielder's choice. 1-0 with 2 out. Outside, ball 2. So the Commodores entered tonight, Tim, with a -7 run differential against the Bourne Braves this year. Now after just 2 innings, at +1.
And an under 500 record against the Bourne Braves. Last time out, lost by 7.
High pop-up, middle of the diamond, Matthew Farner at shortstop. A couple steps into shallow left center, and he puts it away on the edge of the infield-outfield grass. And that does it for the Braves here in the top of the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, runner left. 2.5 through, 8-0 Falmouth on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Well, welcome back to Gov Fuller Field. It's been a fun one thus far. The Doors lead 8-0 after 2.5. I'm Andrew Hillsman here on the sidelines. We got to talk to Jack Dom pregame today after 2 straight losses for Falmouth. And an off day yesterday, he said that the 2 words that he told his team were just get back to business. He just said, just dump it, forget it, and they've done that thus far.
Thanks, Andrew, as we're back for the bottom of the 3rd inning. 8-0 lead for the Commodores. And it's the 6, 7, and 8 in the Falmouth order. Luigi, Greger, and Brooks. Jeff Luigi to lead off. Takes the fastball inside from Tyler Baird in his 3rd inning of work. Deals the next pitch, a breaking ball inside 2-0.
Back to business at Gov Fuller Field.
And indeed, that they have done. 8 runs in 2 innings. 2-0 strike. Luigi in his first trip to the plate, a ground ball to second. Jeff at .389 in 6 games with the Commodores, 7 hits and an extra base hit. Flies it down the left field line foul, and it's 2-2. Luigi swings and misses. Nasty breaking ball over the inner third, and he's down on strikes.
Right now, the only Commodore that has not reached today, just a credit to the offense today. Nothing against what Luigi's done. He already put a ball in play, grounded out, but what the Commodores offense is doing right now is just incredible.
Gavin Greger comes to the plate. 1 out and the base is empty. A 2-run single for Greger in the bottom of the first. Barron's first pitch lined. Right center base hit for Greger once again, who makes a hard turnaround first. He'll stop right there on a 1-out single in the bottom of the third.
He's on fire right now. He is maybe the hottest hitter on Falmouth. And we'll see what happens with the lineup and if he's going to keep staying at the bottom of the lineup. But early in the season, you saw Greger in those 1, 2, 3 spots. He's playing like it right now.
For the Commodores, it's 11th heaven. Their 11th hit in 2 1/3. Left-handed catcher Dallas Brooks sprays one on the ground wide of first, foul. Maybe Scott Landers seeing this, Tim, as an opportunity to get his young starter more innings of work. Get a little bit of adversity. Braves also need to save some arms for the playoffs in that top spot in the West Division as it stands right now. 0-1, change up inside and low.
Well, Falmouth will be in a spot like that. Hopefully after today, they can hold on to this lead, or Katuitt ends up losing that game.
But the pressure does mount on the Commodores to attempt to lock down that second seed against the Harbor Hawks. Both Falmouth and Hyannis trading wins at each place, 1-1 at Gov Fuller and 1-1 at McKeon Park. As the fastball flied foul from Dallas Brooks. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dallas taking a moment to adjust his batting gloves and step out, recollect himself. Brooks a single to lead off the bottom of the second. He came around to score. One-two pitch with 1 out. Baird sets and deals. Lined over shortstop into left center, base hit. Retrieving is Rigdon. Throwing on the brakes, Gavin Greger. Another hit for Dallas Brooks. 2 on and 1 out for the Commodores.
This is just getting ridiculous at this point. You got 12 hits, and 11 of 12 are singles.
So it's Austin Maley to come to the plate. With 2 runners on and 1 out. Already matchup Maley, his second trip to the plate, rounding out the Commodores batting order. An infield single for Maley in the bottom of the second as he watches the breaking pitch outside. Greger on second, Dallas Brooks on first. 1-0 to Maley with 1 out. Breaking ball, strike outside corner at 83.
I can't quite tell if Bourne has someone warming in the pen yet, but you'd have to think sometime soon.
12 hits through 2 1/3. That's the most for the Commodores against a starting pitcher this season. 1-1 with 1 out. Check swing at a high fastball. Maley did not go around. 2 balls and a strike. Baird collects himself, middle of the rubber. Glove at the letters, and the 2-1 pitch fouled back. Mainly part of that 4-run second. Commodores 2 straight innings in which they plated 5 hits, 4 runs each, identical innings against the righty starter Baird. 2-2 to Maley with 1 out, a wide lead for Gregor, and Baird will spin and throw back to Osterhaus to check on Gregor.
Gregor has had the aggressive base running mindset all season long, and as one of those guys that's been here since the beginning of the season, he knows that that's something Coach Jack Dahm really likes.
Someone yells towards the Commodores dugout, either a fan, maybe that's the brother of Coach Dahm, saying he's stepping towards third. You got to call that a balk. 2-2 pitch to Maley with 1 out, breaking ball away, and it's a full count. Three-two. Swing and a miss, tipped into the glove of the catcher. Step Maley down on strikes.
Still good at bat, though. Got it to a full count and gave yourself a good chance.
So here's Fabio Peralta. His 3rd trip to the plate in as many innings. Peralta 1 for 2, an infield single on a beautiful bunt in the bottom of the 1st, and a fly ball to left in the 2nd. First offering to Peralta. Breaking ball low and inside. One-0. Strike at the bottom of the zone, well located outer third. So 1-1 to Fabio Peralta with 2 outs. Gavin Gregor's on second, Dallas Brooks on first. As the Braves bullpen gets hot, 12 runs through 2 2/3 innings against Tyler Baird. His next offering, a breaking pitch, fouled off by Peralta. It's 1-2. Gregor dancing off of second. 1-2 to Peralta, breaking ball, chopped foul.
Hey, Gregor is clearly affecting Baird a little bit. He's had to step off quite a bit.
Gregor definitely one of the Commodores players that can have some speed on the bases. He'll easily come around to score should Peralta knock a single. Pitch high, 2-2. For Gregor this season, 5 stolen bases in 15 games, had 20 in 51 with Bryant. Two with 2 out. Peralta takes inside for ball 3, full count.
Yeah, if you get bases loaded for Braden Jeffries, that's exactly what you want.
Especially considering the steady diet of RBIs for Braden Jeffries, 43 in 55 games as a Michigan Wolverine. In his time in Falmouth, 13 RBIs in 21 games. Payoff pitch to Peralta, incoming with 2 out. Both runners take off, and it's past the catcher. Step on ball 4. Gregor rounds third and thinks about it, but he'll throw on the brakes right there as the Commodores do indeed, Tim, have the bags juiced for the lefty hitting Jeffries.
Gregor scared me for a second. He was coming really hard around third base. Thought he was going to come home, but makes a smart call to stay there, and bases loaded for Braden Jeffries.
And Scott Landers, after 2 2/3, looks like he has seen enough. It's his 2nd trip out to the mound in 3 innings as he's waiting to see, and now makes the motion to his reliever in the Bourne bullpen. So that'll do it on a tough outing for Tyler Baird. He lasts 2 2/3, 8 earned runs as it stands. The next 3 on base, his responsibility should they come in to score. 8-0 Commodores, bottom 3. Stay with us on Cape League TV. Welcome back to Commodores baseball at Gov Fuller Field. An 8-0 lead for Falmouth. Bottom three, bases juiced with 2 outs for Braden Jeffries, and a new reliever in for the Bourne Braves in place of the right-handed starter Tyler Baird. It's the southpaw Connor Lehman.
And Lehman this season has appeared in 7 games, all out of the bullpen, in a 7.88 ERA in 8 innings pitched. And the biggest spot of this game, it's already 8-0. But you get ahead here, and you pretty much put this game on ice.
Final line as it stands for the right-hander Tyler Baird. He goes 2 2/3. Gave up 12 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned. The 3 on base still his responsibility. Solid walk to strikeout ratio, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts through 2 2/3. But the Commodores, their best offensive showing to begin the night, almost like taking out their frustration from this past weekend.
I'm telling you, it feels like July 3rd against Katuitt. The only difference is that Bourne hasn't scored a run yet, right? That game was 10-10 after 2 innings, but right now 8-0 in the 3rd.
Less walks and more hits. That's one thing for sure. Commodores plating 12, as we mentioned, through 2 2/3. Go back to that July 3rd game, which you're right, Tim. That was a wild and wacky one here from Gov Fuller Field. 20 runs across the first 2 innings of action for the Commodores. They put up 6 hits in those 2 innings in which they scored 10 runs. Tonight, 8 runs on 12 hits here in the bottom of the 3rd with 2 outs. It's the left-handed hitter in Braden Jeffries to step to the plate for the Commodores. A .349 average entering tonight. Braden 1 for 2 in the ball game. A strikeout and a single in the bottom of the 2nd. First pitch, breaking ball funneled in at the knees for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 from Lehman with 2 out. Swing and a miss. Half-hearted swing from Jeffries. He was unsure. A good sinking fastball at 91.
Back on July 3rd, there was only 4 players in the current roster, hitters, that are still on the team.
Tale of 2 teams. 0-2, Jeffries, a high fly ball to center, not deep. In comes Rigdon to make the catch, and that does it for the Commodores here in the bottom of the 3rd, but not before 3 more hits. They don't score, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. Let's go to the 4th, 8-0 Falmouth here on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Commodores baseball. Here in the top of the 4th inning, an 8-0 lead for Falmouth. Farrell Hudson here in the booth from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, and I'm pleased to be joined by a very special guest, Scott Gelfie, the president of the Falmouth Roadrunners Association. The upcoming race on Sunday, August 16th. Scott, thanks for joining me.
Oh, it's a lot of fun to be here. Thank you very much. What a night. And our team's doing pretty well tonight, too.
Yeah, pretty much one of the best games you could come to begin, or not even begin, throughout the course of this summer. But the Falmouth Roadrunners Association, you became president in 2010, been with the organization 16 years. What enjoys you the most about the Falmouth Roadrunners?
Well, it's a Falmouth Road race, and it's just been a part of my life since I was a kid. You know, I first ran it in 1978, fell in love right away, and you know, ran it for many years. I volunteered for many years. I've hosted athletes, and I was lucky enough to be asked to be on the board, and I get to be president, and it's an absolute honor.
As we begin top of the 4th, Luke Costello lines it foul. Got Ben Flanagan here. It's 3 years in a row in which Ben has won the race. How have you seen the race grow over the last 15 years within the Falmouth community?
Well, it's more of a community effort now. I mean, police, fire, the select board, the community members, our residents, everyone comes out for it, and everyone's a part of it. I mean, we have over 2,000 volunteers that come out and help us out, and that we'd never be able to do without them. And it's just a huge community event, and we're lucky enough to be able to give back in so many meaningful ways because of it.
What were the origins of the race, how it got started, and why do you think it's lasted so long within the community?
Well, we had our founder, Tommy Leonard, and it was his dream and his vision to bring this race to town. It was originally started out as a bar-to-bar event. He bartended at both the Captain Kidd and the Brothers Four in the Heights, so he wanted a race to celebrate his birthday, and he wanted to be able to give back to the community. And that has just, been the lasting impression on our community, since then. And it's grown, and Tommy's now left us, but his enthusiasm and his excitement for the town has never waned.
What does it mean for you, being a former cross-country athlete yourself, competing at the University of New Hampshire, graduating in 1985? Have you seen just the sport in general grow over the years?
Well, the technology with the super shoes and, and the nutrition and the training methods now, it's nothing. It's a different sport. And, you're seeing world records broken, all over the place now. And we just saw the mile world record go down a couple weeks ago by Josh Kerr, who ran here in 2018. The technology, the fitness, the diet, it's taken on a new level.
What's the coolest opportunity or fondest memory you have, whether it was in your cross-country days, being president of the road race as one out, top four, 8-0 lead for the Commodores?
Well, my number one memory is in 2018, Mr. Ben Flanagan came to run. We housed him. We were his host family, and he met my daughter, who was also a University of Michigan athlete at the time. They are now married and have our first grandchild. So that is my number one Falmouth Road Race memory.
As Fabio Peralta makes the catch in right center, 2 down in the top of the 4th. That's interesting. I never thought we'd be talking about some love stories coming out of the Falmouth Road Race.
It's quite a story.
Here we are.
It's certainly, a good promo for our host family program as well, because when the athletes come in, we find local families to house the elite athletes. So that's how we initially met Ben, and that's how we met my daughter.
So I also hear there's a family fun run. Get kids involved the day before the race?
Yep, Saturday, 9 a.m. We have 1,000 kids, ages 12 and under. And, it's probably the funnest part of the whole weekend. And you saw a lot of the mascots out here, but we have a mascot race. The Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, and Patriots mascots all come down, and they participate as well. So it's a really fun event.
Has there been any cool, notable Boston sports figure or athlete to attend the event? I know you were mentioning the Big Four Boston sports teams.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit. The Flutie Foundation is part of our event, and, Doug's been down here. Teddy Bruschi's organization has been here, David Andrews. There's a lot of the, athletes that have their nonprofits come down and run.
Awesome. Well, Scott, thank you for your time. And once again, Falmouth Road Race upcoming on August 16th. As Colby Putnam pitches a scoreless top of the 4th. Back in a moment on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Commodores baseball. Bottom of the fourth inning, an 8-0 lead for Falmouth. Let's take a look at the Cape storylines of Falmouth fizzle. The Commodores losing their last two games by 26 total runs. Blake Schaff, recognized by the Cape Cod Baseball League. He was named CCBL Player of the Week after slashing .545 and also just got signed to a minor league contract by the New York Yankees. And Hyannis Tim just clinched the playoffs. Commodores looking to do the same thing tonight.
They sure are, and really close to doing it. Katuitt is currently down in that game, and that would do it, but 8-0 here. If you can just hold on, in good shape.
So it's the 3, 4, and 5 in the Falmouth order. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, it begins with the left-handed hitting Carter White, and against the southpaw Connor Lehman in his first full inning of relief work. Came in to preserve the final out of the bottom of the third. First pitch to White outside for ball one. Final line for Tyler Baird confirmed. 2 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. The 1-0 fouled off. Scoreless top of the fourth for Colby Putnam as he faces the minimum. Only 1 hit allowed for Putnam through 4 innings of action. 1 walk, no runs, no earned, no strikeouts. Putnam coasting once again. Tip into the glove of the catcher. E-step, swing and a miss from White. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Into his wind, Lehman. And the breaking ball, swing and a miss. White down for the first out.
That was a nasty breaking ball as well. Not really much that Carter White could do.
So with White down, 1 out and the base is empty for the lefty hitting Tommy Harrison. First pitch to Tommy is a breaking ball for a called strike. Harrison's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Sprayed an RBI single into left in the bottom of the first, came around to score, and Tommy struck out swinging in the bottom of the second. 0-1 with 1 out. Fastball high. Lehman deals, called strike. One, two. Inside, and it hits Harrison. So Tommy takes his bag. 1 out, 1 on, and 1 out for the Commodores in Matthew Farner.
That one was coming right at Harrison the whole way, but since it was off speed, he knew he could easily take that and take his base.
As it stands right now at Lowell Park in Katuitt, the end of the 8th inning, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks lead the Kettleers 5-2. Hyannis on the verge of earning the Commodores a playoff spot in 2026 as Farner flies it to deep right. Settling under it is Costello, and he puts it away for the second out.
All right, just 1 more inning. Just got to get through it. And it's weird because you, in some ways, don't really want to root for Hyannis because Falmouth obviously wants to host their first round of the playoffs. And with a win today, Falmouth's going to be in anyways. So in a way, you kind of hope Katuitt comes back.
Hyannis playing in game 35 for the Commodores tonight, game number 36. Hyannis and Bourne make up a game on Thursday as that one unable to be located at the feet of home plate umpire Robert Melms by the catcher E-step, and Tommy Harrison takes second base.
Funny situation there for E-step. He had no idea where the ball was, and it was just in between Melms' feet.
Lehman, an attempt to complete a scoreless fourth, deals the 1-0. Outside corner for a called strike at the belt of Jeff Luigi. It's 1-1. Jeff's 0 for 2 in the ball game A ground ball to second in the bottom of the first and a strikeout in the bottom of the third. A peek at second from Lehman. Home with the 1-1 outside, and a nice stop from Eastep. Harrison doesn't wander too far.
Eastep had to be up and ready to get that one, because otherwise Harrison takes third.
It'll be a 2-ball, 1-strike offering with 2 outs. And Tommy Harrison on second. 8 runs home for the Commodores this evening. An 8-0 lead over the first place Bourne Braves. 2-1. Chopped on the ground, just wide or no. Grabbed a nice run, taking it all the way to the bag himself. For the out is Connor Lehman, a 1 unassisted, as that takes care of the Commodores in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Let's go to the 5th. 8-0 on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Welcome back to Commodores baseball in the top of the 5th inning from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Farrell Hudson alongside Timmy Weiss, third member of our broadcast team, Andrew Hilsman. Our producers, Lynn Stills and Skylar Ellis. Broadcast director, Emily Gerard. 8-0 lead for Falmouth as we move top 5. It's the 6, 7, and 8 in the Bourne order. Justin Osterhaus to lead off. Swings and misses, 0-1. It's Osterhaus, Pikatowski, and Matt Bolton. 0-1. Lined. Diving stop by Austin Maley. Gets to his feet, unable to have a play as he dropped it on the transfer.
Second baseman Osterhaus on Maley, and you almost had to applaud him, but Maley couldn't quite get it in his arm after making an incredible diving stop.
So it'll go down as a hit for Justin Osterhaus, the second through 4+ innings against Colby Putnam. Still no action in the Falmouth bullpen. Putnam's been coasting. First pitch to the righty hitting Pikatowski is inside for ball 1. Pikatowski with a pop-up to Braden Jeffries in his first trip to the plate. That ended the top of the 2nd. Putnam a snap throw back to first. For Putnam, that's now 8 scoreless innings, Tim, against the Bourne Braves this season.
He's had their number. They just can't quite figure him out. They haven't gotten hard contact.
1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. Almost clipped the jersey of Pikatowski. Called strike at the top of the zone. Pikatowski didn't think so. Neither did Scott Landers in the Bourne dugout. It's 2-1. Two 1 pitch. Breaking ball away. So middle of the 9th inning at Lowell Park in Katuitt. Hyannis with a 5-2 lead over the Kettleers. (3-1). Lined left field. Carter White ranges over and makes the play. Sharply hit, but right on a line at the Commodores left fielder, and there's one down.
It was hit well. That's probably the hardest ball we've seen hit off of Colby Putnam today. Unlucky for Bourne that it's right at Carter White.
So it's the left-handed hitting Matt Bolton in the 8th spot, who grounded to Tommy Harrison at first, his last trip to the plate. 1 on and 1 out, 8-run lead for the Commodores, top 5. On the right side of the rubber, Putnam deals, and it's rolled on the ground. Double play ball. Maley flips Farner at short onto first in time for 2. 4-6-3 twin killing as Putnam faces the minimum in a scoreless 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. Halfway home, 8-0 Commodores. Timmy Weiss has the other side of the break on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
We roll along at Gov Fuller Field, and we take a look at the Cape Cod Baseball League standings as things stand. Bourne in first place in the West Division, up 5 points on Hyannis. Falmouth 7 points back, so there is time if Falmouth was to go on a run and Bourne was to lose a couple of games to end the season. It's not totally out of reach, but you see how Hyannis and Falmouth are really together. That looks like a likely playoff matchup.
And what a great matchup that would be. Both teams, Tim, 2-2 against one another. Half the league is already clinched. Yarmouth, Dennis, Brewster, and Harwich in the East Division. Bourne and Hyannis in the West Division. But the Commodores, as it stands right now, are an out away from earning their first postseason victory, or first postseason appearance since 2023. 2 outs and the bases empty in a 5-2 Hyannis lead. Bottom of the 9th inning at Lowell Park in Katuitt.
Of course, you want to be able to do it yourself, but even if they couldn't, to see the Doors back in the postseason is something that the Falmouth community and the Cape Cod Baseball League has been waiting for a long time at this point. And certainly it's looking like that could be the case very soon. But still got to take care of business here, but certainly in good shape. Up 8-0 over Bourne, and the offense has been fantastic. Well, there it is. So Falmouth's going dancing. They're going to the playoffs for the first time since 2023.
Back to the playoffs.
So and that's, great to see. So Doors going to keep playing, though, because the rest of the games still matter a lot for seeding. You want to get the home field advantage against Hyannis. And one guy who can help you with that is Gavin Greger recently. Over the last week, this is coming into today, 444 batting average over the last week. That's 5th on Cape Cod. And his 8 hits have been fantastic over that stretch. Already 2 today. 2 singles, a part of 12 on the day for the Doors. The right-hander Connor Lehman still on the mound for Bourne. First pitch is swung on and missed.
A new pitcher in the ball game
right
now for the Bourne Braves. And it's Maddox Webb. First time Commodores are seeing Maddox Webb this season, the right-hander out of Mississippi State.
0-1. Greger goes for a bunt. He's flying down the first base line. He easily gets in for a single, and the hits keep coming for Gavin Greger and Falmouth.
What more can you say about Greger? He has been on fire since his return. That's already his third hit today. It's the second time in 3 games that he's reached base in all 3 plate appearances to begin.
Another guy who has reached base in every single time at the plate today, Dallas Brooks, 2 singles. Came in the second and the third. Has Greger on first base, 8-0. The Doors trying to pour it on even more. It's in the dirt. Here comes the throw from Estep. Greger comfortably into second base, and Falmouth has a runner in scoring position with no outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Tack on the runs, you never know, right? Everything matters. We just mentioned the Commodores clinching a playoff berth, but you want every competitive advantage you can get. Not only a victory tonight, but we've spoke about the positive run differential. +1 entering tonight with Bourne. Very unlikely chance that you catch them, but you want to keep all possible scenarios open and continue to play your best baseball, regardless of whether you're up 8-0 or not.
And especially with Hyannis winning today, it's even more important for Falmouth to really tack on the wins. The other interesting thing is that Hyannis has a chance at passing Bourne now, because they got the 2 games in hand on Falmouth, 1 game in hand on Bourne.
And they play one another
Those
Thursday.
2 play each other on Thursday, which could be a very important game in the West Division standings. (3-0) on Dallas Brooks. Maddox Webb, the right-handed pitcher, originally from Somerville, South Carolina. Brooks swings at a 3-0 pitch, and it's 3-1.
For Maddox Webb at Mississippi State, 25 1/3 innings of action, a 1-1 record, 3.91 ERA, 27 games, all in relief, 23 hits. He struck out 30 while walking 19.
Webb deals. Late call as Brooks thought he was going to take a base.
That was almost as if Robert Melms was saying to Dallas Brooks, you're not just going to walk out on me early. I'm going to call a strike on you to prove that that pitch was close enough.
So it brings up a full count. No outs. Greger on second. Payoff pitch. Foul backwards.
Dallas Brooks has been piecing together some great at-bats just throughout the course of the summer. You think of the catcher position conventionally as one where you slug, you might hit for a lower batting average. He's at 269. That's no small sample size now. 15 games. That's, near 40% of a season. He's got 2 more hits tonight.
He's been a spark offensively since he joined the team. It's grounded softly, it's foul. Just tapped home plate.
Especially to think of a catcher that didn't appear in many games at all in his freshman year for UCF to come to the Cape, make that jump, an automatic impact. This is a guy who's got 2 more years before the MLB draft before he's eligible. Dallas Brooks, a very high ceiling.
Very young guy, rising sophomore at UCF. Always had a lot of talent in high school. John Carroll High School. He was a top-ranked catcher in the state of Maryland. 3-2 pitch. Outside, and Brooks has a walk. Falmouth has runners on first and second with no outs.
And he also has patient at-bats like that, too, for Dallas Brooks to go along with the 14 hits. He draws a significant amount of walks, and it's so important. Being a catcher, you'd figure, you strike out maybe less because you have a better eye than most this summer so far in Falmouth. That's his 8th walk in his 16th game.
Well, a guy that likes to walk, Austin Maley, up at the plate, leads the Doors in that category, 18 on the season. First pitch. And Maley didn't play, actually, in the game against YD the other day. That one a really tough one for the Doors. They lost 15-1. It was right after a 14-2 loss against Wareham the game before. And that's why you think this game right now at 8-0 has been so impressive. because there certainly are some doubts that can creep into you after 2 of the largest losses of the season.
And Gavin Gregor's just waiting for his opportunity right now to take off. You can see that Maddox Webb doesn't have his closest eye on Gregor. He wants those extra 90 feet to secure a 9th run for the Commodores right now. It's that tenacity and the unselfishness most impressive by the Commodores.
1-1 pitch, high. Every time you see Gavin Gregor on base, he's looking to do something. And we've seen him get thrown out a couple of times recently, but that aggressiveness is what Coach Dom loves on the base paths. Something he said to us before the season he really wanted to focus on. And when I talked to him today about it, he said he was a little upset that they haven't been able to do it as much as he'd like because of the roster construction and some of the guys that have been brought in that haven't had the same pace he expected. But it's so important to the Doors team as it's outside and Austin Maley draws a walk. It's bases loaded, no outs in the bottom of the 5th.
And I know Maley's batting average has taken a bit of a dip lately, Tim. He knows it. We all know it. We don't need to harp on it. But Austin Maley puts together great at-bats. He's reached base twice today. A beautiful bunt laid down on the bottom of the 2nd inning. One of a couple bunts we've seen by Commodores hitting today. And he draws a walk there. Very patient eye at the plate. And he's got good speed on the bases, too. For a guy at the top of the order where he can roll it right over to the top after Maley to a guy like Fabio Peralta now in a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation.
So Bryce Estep has a chat with his pitcher. But the chance is at hand for Fabio Peralta with the bases loaded. Peralta, who has been around all season long with the Doors since Game 2, his 32nd game of the summer, 3 more than any Doors player. First pitch. In there for strike 1.
Peralta's reached base twice in 3 plate appearances tonight as well.
Peralta's last RBI came a week ago against Harwich. The 0-1.
Now you're talking a potential run rule scenario for the Commodores tonight, too. Maybe you preserve some bullpen arms. Currently still nobody warming for the Commodores because that's how outstanding and economical Colby Putnam's been all evening.
That certainly would be big with the Commodores not having as many arms as they did early in the season. In there for strike 2.
And that's why these runs are very important here. Coach Dom's mentioned it before. When it rains, it pours. You just get that consistency, and it becomes easier and easier to score runs once you've already scored a lot.
Commodores generally have been very good when holding the lead this season. Only seen it slip away a couple of times. 1-2 pitch is grounded at the third baseman over his glove. Gregor is in to score off the glove of Pikatowski.
It'll go down as a RBI infield single for Peralta.
9-0 RBI single for Peralta. Exactly a week ago, his last RBI, he's got one tonight. Braden Jeffries up at the plate, and the bases are still loaded, and there are no outs. Webb deals. In the dirt, a nice stop by Estep. He had to have it. We've seen quite a few this inning that have bounced in the dirt, and Estep has had to block it.
Yeah, Estep in for his defense. Not known for the batting average, but he can certainly make plays like that, which are incredibly important towards the run differential. Like I mentioned, Bourne still in a good spot with that, but for the Commodores, trying to scratch and claw at anything possible tonight. Like I mentioned, saving the bullpen. That means saving them 6 outs, and that's a victory tonight.
The 1-0 inside. Jeffries had to go back a little bit, and it's 2-0. With that hit from Fabio Peralta, that is tied for the second most hits the Doors have had in a game this season, and it's the 5th inning.
In 103 innings caught, by Bryce Eastep, a .984 fielding percentage this summer.
Flied out very high. It sits up for Rigdon. Makes the play, and here comes Brooks to the plate. The throw comes into third. Dallas Brooks comfortably crosses. It's 10-0 Falmouth in the bottom of the fifth. The sac fly and an RBI for Braden Jeffries as the Doors continue to pour it on.
That's all you got to do. Just manufacture runs, put balls in play, don't strike out, and don't ground out with runners on base. Well done there by Braden Jeffries. He understood the assignment.
First pitch to White inside. One thing that White has understood all season is getting RBIs. In 16 games, 13 RBIs. Now 15 after his 2 in the second today. 1-0. Is flied out, staying in the infield. Pikatowski under it, makes the play. And there's 2 down in the bottom of the fifth.
That was called infield fly anyway, but for Carter White, just got under it. Understand, Commodores trying to put balls in flight, especially in the gap. It's worked well tonight. I mean, 14 hits, 12 in the opening 2 innings, and you add on with 2 more and 2 more runs this inning.
And amazing that there's just 1 extra base hit. It really has been the identity of this team, getting singles and scoring runs with those.
It's like football, you just got to move the chains.
First pitch to Tommy Harrison in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Harrison, a rising redshirt senior at Miami, Ohio. Actually saw him before the game with a couple Miami, Ohio people at the game today. All taking a photo out on Cape Cod. 0-1. Strike 2 on Harrison.
That's a long ways away. Good 12 to 14-hour drive.
Harrison in 7 games. Now his 8th game, 5 RBIs. And an RBI single in the first. That was the first RBI of the day. Now there's 10 on the board. What has he got with 2 down in a 10-0 game? Webb sets and throws. It's grounded right at the first baseman. Overbeek tosses it over to Webb, and that will do it for the bottom of the fifth. We head to the 6th inning. Falmouth up 10-0 over Bourne. We'll be right back on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Netting Pros. Stadionic is the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros. Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, Game 36 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season, and certainly treating Falmouth well. Up 10-0 in the top of the 6th. First pitch is off the back of Bryce Eastep. He takes his base. Only a couple of base runners allowed today by Colby Putnam. And for the first time today, the first runner of the inning, or the second time actually, first runner of the inning reaches for Bourne.
Yeah, an infield single for Justin Osterhaus to lead off the top of the 5th. This time a little bit more of a painful way for Bryce Eastep to reach base, but singled in the top of the 3rd with 1 out. He's reached base twice today, so it's back to the top of the batting order.
Only 2 hits for Bourne. Riker Wade lines when it's under the glove of Harrison. Here comes Eastep to 3rd. He's in there. No throw comes down, and Bourne has runners at the corners with no outs in the 6th.
Sharply hit. You'd love to see, though, Harrison come up with a play there, because that would have been 2 really quick outs, but instead, unable to get a glove on it. Runners on the corners with nobody out.
Right, with how hard it was hit, it would have been a double play ball, certainly. All he would have had to do is step on first base and then throw over to second. But instead, runners are at the corners for Rustin Rigdon. Putnam throws outside. Putnam was added to the Commodores roster on July 3rd. And over those 25 days, he's been a stud. As the runner is going towards second, throw down to 3rd. They got him in a pickle. Back to Brooks. The tag comes on, and Eastep is out.
How about that? Beautifully designed there by Dallas Brooks. A la Tony Walters. Remember the time Tony Walters on the Rockies did that to Jose Altuve in a scenario? That's exactly what happened right there from Dallas Brooks. The fake pump throw to second. He knows he's got a fast runner, or a relatively decent base runner off of 3rd, and Bryce Eastep totally fools him. Beautiful mastery from Brooks.
Waite takes second base, but not at without the cost of Bryce Eastep. It's always fun seeing a pickle in a baseball game. But still 3-0 on Rustin Rigdon. First pitch is finally in there for a strike.
And to nab the lead runner in the process? Oh my goodness, beautiful.
That's huge. I mean, 1 down, 3-1 count. You would have had no outs and runners on 2nd and 3rd. It's lined up the middle for a base hit. Waite cruises into 3rd. He does not take a turn. So Bourne has runners at the corners again, but this time there's 1 out.
And like you mentioned right there, that's the key, Tim. The Commodores can just get out of the inning. 2 hits for the Braves, who are starting to see Colby Putnam as now the Commodores get some action up in their bullpen. But to think of even going 5 1/3 against the Bravos with allowing only 2 hits entering this inning, 4 in the ball game in total. Utter domination, especially with the slow stuff for Putnam. He's had that changeup over the inside corner that just fooled righty hitters all day.
In comes Luke Costello. First pitch strike. Costello has been great with Bourne all season long. It's really been a double machine. 10 on the season. More than any player had on Cape Cod all of last year. Throw over to 1st. Putnam at 68 pitches through 5 1/3. First jam, he's in. In comes the runner to 2nd. This time the throw doesn't come down. I guess it's tough to try and do the same play. You got to try and mix it up. But this time, Bourne gets the 1st and 3rd play to work. Rigdon on to 2nd.
Yeah, and at this point, you're playing back for the outs. Even if you end the 6th inning with a run home, that's a +9 run differential. You're not entirely too worried. But for Putnam, let's see if he can bear down, earn himself that first strikeout here as Fisher Cantrell gets warm in the Commodore bullpen.
1-1. Up the middle for a base hit. 1 run is in to score, and stopped at third base is Rigdon. RBI single for Luke Costello, and it's a 10-1 game.
That's 3 straight hits by the Bravos and 4 straight batters to reach base to begin the top of the 6th inning. Jack Dom looking at Paul Evans in the Commodores dugout to see if Fisher Cantrell's ready, as another arm now starts to get slightly loose in the Commodore bullpen.
You take a look at Josiah Overbeek, the 4-hitter for the Bourne Braves, and he's up in a big spot. Last 10 games has a .276 batting average, but the on-base percentage is what stands out. .475, second on the team. This conversation is going on at the pitching mound with Colby Putnam and Dallas Brooks.
I mean, to think of Josiah Overbeek's year, Tim, 17 homers, 44 RBIs in the Patriot League with Army. What a season.
Overbeek had nearly 9 more home runs, actually, than any other player on Army. Very impressive what he did on the power side of things, especially for a Bourne Braves team that has been struggling to hit the home run ball all season. Now we finally see head coach Jack Dom coming out to the mound, and this will be the day for Colby Putnam. But still a great day as he goes 5 1/3, allowing 1 earned run. We'll see what happens with the other runs on base. 1 out. As we stay in the top of the 6th, we'll be right back on Cape League TV. Okay, welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, as it's still 10-1 Commodores over Braves, but the Commodores finally into a little bit of trouble in the top of the 6th. The day's done for Colby Putnam, but with runners at the corners, in comes a new arm in Fisher Cantrell.
And Fisher Cantrell's last time out, Tim, an inning and a third against the Chatham Anglers on Thursday night, and the then 2-1 victory for the Commodores. He went an inning and a third, as I mentioned, no hits, no runs, no earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts on the season with the Commodores. A 0-0 win-loss record, 2.84 ERA. It'll be his 5th appearance, all 5 in relief, 6 1/3 innings of action, and 9 strikeouts.
This the only time today that the Commodores pitching staff has gotten in any trouble at all. Colby Putnam was lights out up until this inning, where finally Bourne has had 4 straight runners reach to start the inning, but there was a pickle over at third base. The Commodores did get an out. That's certainly big.
I'm telling you, that's so funny, that Dallas Brooks play where he threw down to third, literally same play as one time in a game. Tony Walters to Nolan Arenado to Rex Brothers to get out Jose Altuve.
I'll have to look it up on YouTube
Picture
later.
perfect. It's deja vu.
No one has a better baseball memory than Farrell Hudson. Pitch is low, and it's 1-0. Overbeek at the plate. Big power hitter from the left side. Bourne needs all the runs they can possibly get, down 9 in the top of the 6th. As it's hit hard into right field. Gregor at the wall, and it's gone. On cue, Overbeek hits it out, and all of a sudden, this game has become a little bit closer. It's 10-4 in the top of the 6th.
And closer it's become indeed. We mentioned Josiah Overbeek's great power numbers at Army as he unloads here against the Commodores. Got a hanging breaking ball from Fisher Cantrell. 2 runners on base, not his responsibility. Josiah Overbeek, more than definitely his responsibility. So for Colby Putnam, his final line is now complete. 5 1/3 innings of action, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, a walk and no strikeouts.
Certainly a tough way to start your outing for Fisher Cantrell. But now there's no one on base, and it's still a 6-run lead. Just got to go out there and keep firing. With 1 down in the top of the 6th. Berkeley Mabius at the plate. 1-0. Outside. That was just the 2nd home run that Cantrell has allowed this season. In 6 1/3 innings. Cut and a miss. Two 2-1 count to Berkeley Mabius. 0 for 2 today, 2 flyouts, both to center and left field. Cantrell throws. This one's hit hard into right field as well. Gregor races back at the track. He's got it on the run, and there's 2 down.
Well, Gavin Gregor being forced to cover a lot of real estate out there, but I think he realized at the last second he's got to play. Nice angle taken to the baseball by Gregor. A little bit of a wheel route as he settles under it in enough time. And a huge second out there for the Commodores to settle the nerves of Fisher Cantrell and Jack Dahm and the entire coaching staff, frankly.
Well, you saw the smile on Berkeley Mabius' face. He knows he just missed that one. And the former Commodore, Justin Osterhaus, back at the plate. Cut and missed. 0-1 on Osterhaus. Played 34 games last season with Falmouth. Consistently the second baseman for the Doors. Fouled down the left side. That's the funny thing about the Cape. You see guys, Justin Osterhaus out there, Jeff Luigi for the Commodores. They play a whole season with a team, and then they come over to a rival team in the West Division.
Shades of Mark Quattrani.
Mark Quattrani as well. Outside, it's 1-2.
Preparing everybody for eventually when they do baseball immaculate grid on the Cape Cod League. Got some answers.
Osterhaus, a rising junior at Alabama. Cuts and misses, and Cantrell gets out of the 6th inning. But the Bourne Bats finally hit some bombs, and it is 10-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly options. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
A 6-run lead for the Falmouth Commodores, who have just clinched their place in the 2026 postseason. I got to talk to Kason Murphy, a member of the Falmouth bullpen, about what it's like coming into a game with a lead. He told me that it just frees you up as a bullpen pitcher, and a great day today from Colby Putnam is allowing Fisher Cantrell to do that. Yes, he gave up the home run, but he's able to fill up the zone just like Colby did earlier in the game, and it helps on the strike zone side of things as well, because the hitters aren't comfortable, and the umpire might give you a couple of extra calls. So the Falmouth bullpen is sitting pretty, and they're coming into the game feeling free. Guys?
Certainly a lot still to feel free about, as it's a 10-4 game, Falmouth over Bourne. Andrew, thank you very much. Down on the sidelines, always doing a great job. Timmy Weiss and Farrell Hudson with you, taking you through tonight's ball game. Very glad that you are with us. It is a new pitching change.
It's Jackson
for the
Kircher,
Bourne
the right-hander
Braves.
out of Arkansas, who we've seen for the Bourne Braves. Jackson Kircher is like the Mark Brissy prototype. He can throw the baseball incredibly hard. 16 2/3 innings of action with Bourne this year. 0-1 win-loss record with a 1.08 ERA, a whip at .9, perfection. 5 walks, 22 strikeouts. Absolute money for Scott Landers out of the pen.
Perhaps one of the best pitchers on Cape Cod this season, a Cape League All-Star in Kircher. So Bourne certainly not just throwing anyone out there in a 10-4 game, going with their best guys. They still think they have a chance to lead off this inning. It's Matthew Farner. On deck, Jeff Luigi, and in the hole, Gavin Greger. First pitch from Kircher is fouled backwards.
Final line in the ball game for the right-handed reliever Maddox Webb for Bourne. He goes an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts.
Commodores scored 8 runs in the first 2 innings of this ball game, and tacked on 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Bourne has only allowed 10 runs one other time this season. That was against Brewster in a loss 10-7 back in June. The Commodores back on Friday had their most runs this season with 15. That was against Hyannis. In there for strike 3 on Farner. Nasty breaking ball.
For Brewster also, 185 runs this season. That's second best on Cape Cod, 14 behind only first place YD with 199.
Jeff Luigi comes up to the plate, the only Commodore that hasn't reached yet today. First pitch. Cut on and missed. Luigi, who played with Hyannis last summer, had a really good season over there. 23 games and hit .288, which was the 4th highest on the Harbor Hawks. 0-1 pitch. Catches a piece. It's 0-2.
Bit of a delayed call there by the home plate umpire, Robert Melms, almost as if he called it a ball and then said, you know what, that's framed well enough, strike 2.
We have seen that once or twice. There was one against Dallas Brooks. He thought he had a walk. Kircher comfortable on the mound right now. The 0-2 fouled back. Luigi started off red hot with the Commodores. He went 7 for 12 in his first 3 full games as a Commodore. But he's had no hits in his last 2. Trying to change that right now. Kircher winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kircher.
It's that breaking ball that's looked good, both against Matthew Farner, froze him, and then now Jeff Luigi.
Gavin Greger up from the left side, and he's been fantastic today. The only Commodore with 3 hits, making up over 20% of the hits the Doors have today. Inside, nearly hit him. What the rate Gavin Greger is getting on base, you might be better off sometimes hitting him.
At this point, I mean, 3 for 3 today. An infield hit. 2-run single in the bottom of the first.
And it was just so unfortunate when Greger got hurt against Bourne earlier this season. That was on June 19th. Because he was starting to catch a groove. Early in the season, he was in the top of the lineup. Then he had to miss a lot of time. The first couple games back from the All-Star, from his injury, he struggled a little bit. Didn't have a hit in those first 2 games. But since the All-Star break, that's when he's turned it on. After today, Greger now on a 8-game hitting streak, which is the longest currently on the Commodores.
I mean, I think we've seen a couple of those this summer. Braden Jeffries mentioned the 19-game on-base streak, but Greger's no stranger. Last summer, the Ocean State Waves, 305 average in 42 games, 314 at Bryant.
Inside, and it's 3-1.
And he's got a knack for reaching base via the free pass, at least in his college tenure. 25 walks to only 23 strikeouts at Bryant this season.
Spent his last couple seasons at Bryant, nearby in Rhode Island. Local to New England. The 3-1 is low, and Greger takes his base. Just his second walk of the season. Commodores have a runner on with 2 down.
Yeah, Greger reaching base again, like we mentioned. He walked for the first time this season on Saturday night in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs as the Commodores were then down to their final out against Wareham.
With 2 down, Dallas Brooks steps up to the plate. Greger on first base. Kircher 2 strikeouts, and then the walk to Greger. In there for strike 1.
Every pitch from Kircher right now being located at the belt or lower. Great location.
Throw back to first. One thing you'll notice about Brooks at the plate is that he wears his glasses, always in the field and at the plate. He actually has really good vision, though. His 20/20 vision. He doesn't wear the glasses for his vision. But when he was a sophomore in high school, and he was having trouble seeing the ball, as the pitching got a little bit faster, his trainer actually asked him, "What was the last time you got your eyes checked?" Brooks said, "Oh, I don't know, actually." He went and got his eyes checked. He found out that his eyes were twitching a little bit. As Greger is now down at first base as he slid in, but getting to his feet, trying to get to his feet, not something you want to see right now. He is on his feet, but clearly in some pain.
He waves the training staff off, so that's always a good sign.
Such an intense player out there. One of the most energetic guys on the team. Almost gives you a bit of a Dustin Pedroia feel out there, always being tough.
It's a good comp. Both hit for great batting averages. I know Greger's an outfielder versus Pedroia at second.
Smaller guys.
Smaller guys.
There.
Both have played in New England.
Well, it seems to be good. Brooks stays at the plate. It's still an 0-1 count. There's the pitch, cut on and missed. But for Brooks, once he got those eyes checked, he found out that he had a twitch, and that was what was making it tough for him to see the pitches out of guys' hands. And ever since then, he's had the glasses, and it's really helped him with his hitting approach. It's high. For Falmouth this summer, Brooks spent 8 games with the Johnson City Doughboys in the Appalachian League. 1-2 from Kircher. He's in the dirt, stopped by Estep. Gregor seems to be moving good over there at first now.
Yeah, not entirely sure where it got Gregor.
.10-4 game, Falmouth over Bourne in the bottom of the 6th. 2 down, 2-2 count to Brooks. Kircher fires, caught on and missed. That'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th inning, Falmouth up 10-4 over Bourne on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, and now it is time to take a look at the scores across the Cape, presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism. Here, Falmouth is up 10-4 over Bourne. We take a look at the other scores across the Cape.
6-4, Orleans leads Brewster at Eldridge Park out east. Harwich, 8-2 lead over the first place YD Red Sox. The Chatham Anglers at Veterans Field, a 3-0 lead over the Commodores West Division rivals, the Wareham Gatemen, and it's already a final at Lowell Park. Hyannis defeated Cotuit 5-2, and here in Falmouth, 10-4 Commodores.
Those teams at the bottom of the division in the West are really struggling right now. If Wareham loses that to Chatham, down 3-0. Cotuit already lost to Hyannis. Fisher Cantrell on the mound, and he faces Ryan Pikatowski to lead off the top of the 7th. First pitch strike to Pikatowski. 0 for 2 today. Will pop out to the third baseman in a line out to left field. Cantrell sets and throws. In there for strike 2. The 0-2 inside. It's blocked by Brooks, and it's 1-2. Cantrell, a rising junior at Jacksonville State. Originally from Shiloh, Georgia. West part of Georgia, about 80 miles southwest of Atlanta, coming close to the Alabama line of the state. Fires. Check swing. Did he offer? Yes, he did. That's strike 3 for Fisher Cantrell on Pikatowski.
Fisher sent him fishing.
He
Check
sure
swing
did.
out in front of the plate by Pikatowski. Beautifully executed by Cantrell. I'm
afraid the water is not at Gov Fuller Field. It is about 3-4 minutes away over at Falmouth Heights. Probably the nearest beach. Cantrell trying to create one himself. There's one down. Matt Bolton comes to the plate. Big swing and a miss. It's hit hard into right field, going back at the wall. It's out of here. Matt Bolton puts a charge into a baseball. That's the second home run by Bourne in 2 innings. In just their 11th of the summer.
And that's the 3rd time this summer in the 10th game or later for the Falmouth Commodores, an opponent has hit their first home run of the season against the Commodores. It happened back on June 29th. Will Fosberg, the catcher for Hyannis, a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 2nd. Happened for Dylan Dubovic off Caniel Rosado in the top of the 1st to make it 3-0 Wareham back here on July 10th. And now it happens tonight for Matt Bolton, round tripper number 1 on the season, RBI number 10.
That ball was out of here in a hurry. Bryce Estep up at the plate. Now a 5-run game. Still a big lead for the Commodores, but it was 10-0 at one point.
Now it's rocketed out of here by Matt Bolton. Man.
Bolton has a lot of extra base hits, 6 on the summer, 4 of them actually triples.
.340 average at Binghamton for Bolton across 53 games. He went deep 6 times there.
His 4 triples, the most on Cape Cod this summer. More than any player had last summer as well. 2-0 to Estep. This ball is crushed down the left field line, but foul.
Well, my bad, Bourne. I wasn't familiar with your game. Offensively, at least, from the home run perspective, 11, which is second to last on all of Cape Cod. Commodores are last with 10. 11 homers for the Bourne Braves entering tonight, now at 13, tied for 7th place with Katua.
In 2 innings, the Commodores now have become last place in home runs this season. And their first strike 2 from Cantrell. One down in the top of the 7th. Falmouth trying to stay in the 2-seed race and maybe even possibly breathe down the neck of Bourne a little bit in first place. 2-2 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back 2 strikeouts this inning after the home run by Matt Bolton, the last batter up. Every strikeout that the Commodores pitching staff has today is from Fisher Cantrell. First pitch to Riker Waite is in there. Outside from Cantrell, and it's 1-1. Riker Waite, an all-star last season on Cape Cod. Rising junior at Vanderbilt. Knows a thing or two about the Commodores. 1-1 is swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. You know, speaking of home runs, Waite actually has a tradition with his host family is that they buy and cook a tomahawk steak from Gray Gables Market in Bourne for when a player hits a home run. It's lined down the left field line. It drops in front of Carter White for a base hit. And there's still 2 down, but a runner on first.
Good day for Riker Waite in the leadoff spot, 2 for 4.
So not quite a home run. Maybe no steak yet, but he does get the single. Bourne really starting to put up a lot more hits over the last 2 innings. Had just 2 going into the 6th. But now 8 on the day. Just 6 behind the Commodores. 5 behind in the run category. Here comes Riker Waite, but doesn't matter as it's grounded right at Tommy Harrison at first. That will end the top of the 7th. Falmouth up 10-5 over Bourne. We head to the bottom of the 7th on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Still rolling along at Gov Fuller Field, and a great game so far for Falmouth, but this one has gotten more interesting. It was a really good start through those first 2 innings. 8 runs by Falmouth. Then you tacked on 2 in the 5th until Bourne has finally gotten it going, and the home run ball as well has really sparked the plug for the offense.
This is what I like, though. The Commodores have to understand every game's going to be a competitive bout, not just one that you get off to a lead and think, okay, take the rest of the 7 innings off. Bourne has challenged the Commodores to stay relevant in this game, hit with runners in scoring position, hence why I talked about that bottom of the 5th inning. Those 2 runs, Tim, so important, especially as you get deeper into facing Bourne's relief staff and a pitcher like Jackson Kircher, who sat the Commodores down pretty nice in the bottom of the 6th inning, struck out the side outside of the walk. So for the Commodores, you have to continuously apply offensive pressure, especially in this inning, getting back to the top of the batting order.
And at one point, you might have talked about possibly having a mercy rule, 10-0, and all you had to do was keep it rolling. But now all of a sudden, you got a game here that it's close. And you've seen in the last 2 games, the Commodores give up 10 runs in an inning twice. So you never know what can happen on the Cape. Austin Maley up at the plate. It's inside for ball 1. Cut and miss by Maley. And starting to see Maley down at the bottom of the order now as compared to where he was batting in the 1st and 2nd spot. But still a Cape League All-Star, and what an incredible season he's put up with the Doors. Swings and misses. I mean, 28 games coming from community college is not something you see on Cape Cod often. Of course, knows Coach Dom so well, playing with him with the Clinton Lumber Kings last summer, where Dom coached over the last 5 years. Kircher throws, and Maley misses, and there's 1 strikeout in the bottom of the 7th, 1 down.
It's a warm night in Falmouth. Maybe a little bit cooler now, but Jackson Kircher sizzling on the mound. 4 strikeouts through an inning and a third. Every batter retired by Kircher by way of the K.
Certainly impressive what he has done on the mound. Really silenced the Falmouth bats that were on fire to start this game. Peralta was the first Commodore with a hit today in the top of the 1st. Inside for ball 1. 2 for 3 on the day. 2 singles. Also reached on a walk in the 3rd. Had an RBI single in the 5th. Kircher throws. It's in the dirt. Peralta, the rising junior at Miami. Is lined and into left field for a base hit. Peralta takes first base with one down in the bottom of the seventh, excuse me.
What a day for Fabio Peralta. Well, you mentioned the bottom of the second. That's the only time he got out today. A fly ball to left field. He's reached base in 3 of 4 plate appearances. 2 for 3, 3 singles. The line keeps moving. 15 hits tonight. What more can you say, Tim? Offensively, this is as good of a night as you've had, besides the Hyannis game, of course.
15 hits, second most this season to just that game at Hyannis when Falmouth poured on a season high 15 runs. Jeffries at the plate, in there for strike one. Jeffries another hit today. I mean, he's done it all season long. Leads the Doors in hits, 31 on the season. And the throw gets away from first. Peralta takes off for second. With his pace, he's going to try to get to third. Now he circles back. The umpires actually called time on it as the ball went out of play, it would appear.
And I think Glenn Stewart, the third base umpire, helped out the Commodores there in Fabio Peralta. He said it's a dead ball. It's a dead ball. I mean, wouldn't have mattered anyway, even if Peralta took off for third. But, you know, save him the extra 75 feet of getting winded.
Peralta certainly likes to run, so don't know if that would have affected him anyways. No pitch into Jeffries yet. Had a sac fly his last time up. It's 0-1. Jeffries looking for a second hit today. He's had 2 or more hits in nearly half of his games this summer. 10 of 21. Kircher throws inside. Last time against Bourne on the 15th, Jeffries went 2 for 5. Was a part of 1 of 2 Doors extra base hits. So he lines it over the second baseman, Osterhaus's head. Here comes Peralta to the plate. The throw is not going to get there. And the Doors have an 11th run, 11-5 in the bottom of the 7th, an RBI single for Braden Jeffries.
Like I said, with the top of the order up, the all-important insurance run plus to tack on. And a nice piece of hitting by Jeffries. Gets an inside fastball, drives it to the pull side. With Fabio Peralta's speed, no chance of nabbing him at the plate.
2 RBIs on the day for Jeffries. Carter White up at the plate. He has 2 RBIs himself. Had a 2 RBI single in the second. Pitch from Kircher. Check swing, did not offer. It's ball 1. White and Jeffries both have 15 RBIs on the season now. That is 1 behind Ty Konis, who is no longer on the roster. So of current players, those 2 lead the Doors in RBIs. But White has done that in 9 fewer games than Konis. The 2-0 from Kircher. Big swing and a miss. White 2 for 4 today. Both hits came in the first and the second. Transferring to Mississippi State for the season ahead. First time out of Florida for him. Was at North Florida earlier. Originally from Naples, Florida as well.
Hometown of Dominic Fike.
He also spent his freshman season at UCF, but redshirted would have seen some Commodores now. Dallas Brooks in the lineup today. Cuts and misses for strike 3. So Kircher gets his second out of the bottom of the 7th. 11-5 Commodores over Bourne.
5 strikeouts and as many batters retired by Kircher.
Every out he has gotten by way of the strikeout. Tommy Harrison trying to avoid being victim to that. He hits it out into right field. This ball is going back to the track. It's out of here. A Tommy Harrison nuke. It's 13-5 Falmouth over Bourne in the bottom of the 7th. His second home run of the summer.
He just had that look on his face, Tim, right as he stepped up to the plate saying, I'm not allowing this to happen. Another great day for Harrison, 2 for 4. He's reached base in 3 of 5 plate appearances, only 1 strikeout. Now 2 homers and 6 RBIs, rather 2 homers and 7 RBIs in his tenure as a Falmouth Commodore. 4 RBIs entering tonight in his opening 7 games, a 3 RBI night tonight.
What a season he's having. 8 games, 2 home runs, 4 doubles. The numbers just keep getting better for Harrison. He's got some real talent out there. Matthew Farner steps in, cuts it back. So the Doors are no longer have the fewest home runs on Cape Cod. Bourne and Falmouth going back and forth today. The 2 fewest home runs on the summer. Falmouth had 10 going into this inning. Bourne had 11 after they hit 2 in the last 2 innings. Now it's 11 apiece. It's ripped into left field, and Farner is on with a base hit.
This is the 3rd different inning in 7 innings in which the Commodores have had 4 hits or more, Tim. Unbelievable.
18 on the day. That's just 3 away from a season high they had at Hyannis on Friday. And Luigi, guy who knows Hyannis well, who played with them last summer. It's the only Commodore yet to reach 0 for 4. Can change that right here. First pitch, high. Luigi did not play much these past 2 years at Duke. Played in 8 games each season. Now transferring over to Northwestern. A couple of other Duke players will be with him there. Another smart school. 1-0. Swings and misses. Luigi's 1 home run in his college career was this season. Came against Virginia Tech back in March. Two 2-1 pitch. Coming up, Kircher throws inside, and it's 3-1. Farner on first base. Commodores have scored 2 runs this inning, courtesy of 3 runs this inning, excuse me. Courtesy of a couple of singles and the big bomb by Tommy Harrison. Inside, so Jeff Luigi takes his base, and now you can officially say every single Commodore has reached today. Truly impressive what the offense has done.
Scott Landers comes out to probably relieve Jackson Kircher. Not entirely sure yet, as Landers saying something to Robert Mills. That was a close pitch, though, on Jeff Luigi to end that at-bat.
It
Well-worked
was.
at-bat.
It was.
Jeff
Certainly.
Luigi, certainly worthy of that walk, as Landers does take the ball now for Kircher.
So we will be back, but there's 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Falmouth tacking on some more runs. 13-5. We'll be back on Cape League TV. Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field as Falmouth's in good spirits, up 13-5 in the bottom of the 7th. There are 2 outs and a runner at first and second. A new arm on the mound for Bourne. It's Cameron Seagraves.
The right-hander out of Cary, North Carolina, making his 4th appearance, all in relief for the Bravos this summer. 5 innings of action so far. A 1-0 win-loss record. He's surrendered 4 hits in that time frame, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and he struck out 7.
Commodores have finally tacked on to the lead this inning, and they got to Jackson Kircher, who has been one of the best pitchers on Cape Cod. Tommy Harrison's home run, though, was truly the highlight of the inning. That ball was bombed out into right field. He knew it off the bat. It certainly felt good. This game's felt good for Falmouth, up 13-5. It also felt great for Gavin Greger up at the plate, who has reached every single time today in 4 plate appearances. 3 hits. Looking for a 4th. First pitch. Fouled back. And of the Doors, 18 hits today, which is their 2nd most this season. Just 2 extra base hits. Seagraves throws. It's flied out into center field, but shallow and not an easy play. A diving catch by Riker Waite. Wow, he had to get it. Runs were coming across, and he did. That will do it for the bottom of the 7th, but an inning full of excitement for Falmouth. 13-5, we head to the 8th inning on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, and we are into the 8th inning. Timmy Weiss and Farrell Hudson with you. Andrew Hillsman down on the sidelines. 13-5. Falmouth leads it over Bourne. Fisher Cantrell back on the mound. So Falmouth not using all that many arms today. Just the second pitcher of the game. Colby Putnam went 5 1/3 for the Doors. Luke Costello at the plate. The brother of Andrew Costello, who just recently left Bourne. It's outside. Those two really dominated the Cape this season. Andrew had the best average on Cape Cod when he left at 361.
Yeah, 4 homers, 19 RBIs, 35 hits in 29 games for Andrew Costello.
It's outside.
20% of those extra base hits doubles, 7 of the 35, and then 4 homers. It counts for 33% of your offense. Great all-around player.
Luke with 10 doubles. 2 more than any other player on the Cape. 3 more than his brother. And even with Andrew Costello being out over the last couple games, over the last 15 days, he has the most RBIs of any player on Cape Cod. In just 6 games, he had 10 RBIs. I think Wake Forest is going to be pretty happy next year getting these 2 guys back. 2-2. Fouled and going out of play into the stands, off the benches. Still a solid crowd on hand at Gov Fuller Field. 13-5 game, Falmouth over Bourne.
Andrew Costello really showed out in night games as well. Now, they only qualify 1 of the 29 as non-night games. I'm guessing that's the 4:30 game at Katuitt they play. But always interesting to see that feature, Tim. Day games, night games, same technology as Major League Baseball, Cape Cod League utilizes. It's awesome.
Excuse me, I said Wake Forest. I meant to say committed to South Carolina. They spent their former seasons at Wake Forest.
One Gamecock facing another.
Cantrell fires and strikes out Luke Costello for the first out of the top of the 8th. Josiah Overbeek steps up. His last at bat hit a home run, 2-run shot, or 3-run shot rather, back in the 6th inning. That at that point made it a 6-run game. Bourne tacked on another and made it a 5-run game. Falmouth since then, though, a big bottom of the 7th inning to make it a 8-run lead. Cantrell fires. Did he go? No, he did not. And it's 1-1. After today, There will be just 4 more games this season for Falmouth. It's inside. And the interesting thing for tomorrow is there is a lot of rain on the forecast right now. And you don't know whether that game against Hyannis will happen or not. It's outside.
Yeah, you could be potentially 2 wins back with 4 to play tonight. I mean, incredibly important game from the Commodores, and 34 points if Falmouth wins tonight. That's 2 behind Hyannis at 18 and 17 with 36. 4 games to go, 1 game or 1 matchup against them, an opportunity to get back. Crucial game.
Big swing and a miss by Overbeek. Full count.
And for Hyannis, 7-3 win-loss record in their last 10. They've won 2 in a row entering today. Now you can make that a 3-game winning streak for the Harbor Hawks, back over 500.
And Hyannis plays against Bourne on Thursday. Swing and a miss on Overbeek, and Cantrell has his 5th strikeout of the game.
Yeah, how about that for Fisher Cantrell? 5 strikeouts of your 7 outs recorded. Fisher Cantrell and Jackson Kircher putting on a pitching relief clinic tonight, Tim, on both ends. It's been a fun game to watch. You've had clean baseball, only 1 error committed on each side. It was by Bourne. Overall, phenomenal game.
And the few innings he pitched at Jacksonville State, he was the same way. Strikeout machine. In there for strike 1. 19 of them in 9 2/3 this season. And even last summer, the few innings he pitched with the Bluefield Ridge Runners, he had a phenomenal strikeout to walk ratio.
Valley League, right?
4.5 strikeout to walk ratio. In 8 2/3, small sample size, but still.
That's like 5 relief appearances.
Yeah, Bluefield over in West Virginia. Very close to the Virginia border by the Appalachian Mountains.
Beautiful scenery, unreal.
I've never been, but I'm sure it is. 1-2 is outside. Also, many great scenery on Cape Cod, of course. Two with 2 down. Inside. And it's a full count to Berkeley Mabius. Mabius 0 for 3 today. Trying to get his first hit.
We had 3 full counts earlier from Colby Putnam. 3 and as many batters here in the top of the 8th for Fisher Cantrell, Tim.
Cantrell fires. Fouled back.
"26 hits combined tonight. 18 runs.
Some high-scoring games. I mean, the one on Friday, a couple of days ago against Hyannis, 15-7. It's big scare in the crowd. It seems like there was a seagull flying around and maybe went somewhere. Couldn't tell exactly what happened. It went into the dugout. Cuts and misses. Cantrell, he doesn't care about the Seagulls. He gets strikeouts only. We end the top of the 8th. Falmouth up 13-5 over Bourne. We'll be back on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field. Falmouth cruising up 13-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Timmy Weiss and Farrell Hudson with you. Andrew Hillsman down on the sideline. For this inning for Falmouth, it's Dallas Brooks, Austin Maley, and then the top of the order, Fabio Peralta.
So a new defensive replacement ordered by Scott Landers, now in the ballgame at second base for the Bourne Braves. It's Elliot Medlock.
Medlock replaces Justin Osterhaus. First pitch coming up to Dallas Brooks from the right-handed Cameron Seagraves. In there for strike 1. And for Falmouth to bounce back the way they have today, after those 2 tough games, last 2 times out, and after an off day, it's not always easy to come out energized. We've seen off days earlier this season, the first one of the season, most notably, where the Commodores lost 13-0 to Harwich. It's lined into right field, going back and caught by Luke Costello.
Yeah, nice running grab for Costello. We got a beat on it right away. He was able to retire Brooks. Nonetheless, solid piece from Dallas, who's had himself a 2-for-4 ball game, reached base 3 times.
He's looking more and more comfortable at the plate recently. Austin Maley, the 9-hitter today, with 1 down in an 8-run lead for Falmouth. It's really been a very up and down season for the Doors. 4 games to go after today. You had the 4-game winning streak last week, and then 2 of the worst losses of the season after that. Earlier in the season, you had a 4-game losing streak. This gets away from the catcher, Bryce Eastep. You had another stretch where you didn't win for nearly a week before the All-Star break. But even with all of that, a win, and Falmouth is in the playoffs.
Maley's left foot is always down and ready, even ahead of pitches that might be as slow as a 77-mile-an-hour breaking ball. He's probably the most pitch-ready hitter I think Commodores will see. It's just a good, simple, compact stride. He's got the bat ready to fire every time.
It's flied out into very shallow left field. A couple players are over. Waite calls at the shortstop and grabs it for the second out of the 8th. Now it's Fabio Peralta's turn. Trying to tack on to the lead. If Falmouth was to get to a 15-5 lead, that would end the game, as a mercy rule would take place. Strike 1 on Peralta. Fabio 3 for 4 today. All singles. Has an RBI on the day as well and a stolen base. Peralta is in a tie for first place in stolen bases with 18, with Rustin Rigdon with Bourne, who also had one today. Cuts and misses, and it's 1-2. Time is called by Peralta. Falmouth with 10 more hits than Bourne, 18-8 in that category. 1-2 from Seagraves. Just foul down the left field line.
Still nice to see some kids on hand running for the baseballs, Tim. Got a whole crowd out there eager on the left field side hill.
That would be past my bedtime as a kid. 1-2 to Peralta. Nearing the 9 p.m. mark at Gov Fuller Field. Crazy to think that earlier this summer, in a game in June, the sun would still be out. 1-2. Check swing. Did Peralta offer? No. 2-2. Falmouth with a win would go to 500 on the season against Bourne. The 2-2 is in the dirt, and it's a full count. Commodores would be 2-2-1 against Bourne. The last win was July 11th at Gov Fuller Field. Commodores pitching staff had its first shutout of the season. Colby Putnam was also the starter. As it's lined and into the gap, into center field. A base hit for Peralta, his 4th of the ball game.
Take a bow, Fabio. 4 for 5, reached base 5, 6 plate appearances, RBI singles, scored twice. Unreal.
Hits come at a plenty for Fabio Peralta. Cape League All-Star for a reason. And Braden Jeffries comes to the plate. Another Commodore that's had a great day. You can name a lot down this lineup. 7 Commodores have multi-hits out of 9. That's amazing. 19 hits on the ball game. Amazingly, that's not their most this season.
1 behind, or 2.
2.
What is it, 2 Friday
Just
night?
2.
21.
Very close, though.
In Hyannis on Friday night.
Most likely we'll have to get them in the bottom of the 8th. Seagraves fires. It's grounded at the second baseman. Medlock fires it to first in time. And that will do it for the bottom of the 8th. We will see if Fisher Cantrell hops back on the mound, but Falmouth just has to close it out. 13-5, we head to the top of the 9th on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Okay, here we go into the top of the ninth. Falmouth up 13-5 and a very big opportunity at hand. A win and they clinch the playoffs for the first time since 2023. Up 8, just got to close it out. J.R. Struck is into the game. But we take a look first at the upcoming schedule for your Falmouth Commodores. There's not many games left. After today, it's on the road at Hyannis. We'll see with the rain if that game ends up happening. And then an off day for 2 home games against Katuitt, Wareham, and then finally on the road to end the season at Eldridge Park in Orleans.
Commodores 7-9-2 on the road, 2-2 against Hyannis, 3-1 against Katuitt, 1-3 against Wareham, and 3-0 against Orleans. A combined 8-5 against their final 4 opponents they will face this season.
You amaze me that you can recite that off the top of your head, Farrell. Very impressive. So the first batter of this inning, Elliot Medlock, into the game to replace Justin Osterhaus. The first pitch is grounded right at the shortstop. Farner in time to first, and there's 1 down.
As we would like to remind you that this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited.
Ryan Pikatowski in the game at the plate. First pitch strike from Struck. 0 for 3 today. And Struck's just 2 outs away from clinching Falmouth's playoff berth. And it's 0-2. Falmouth did have the chance on Sunday. If they were to win, they would have clinched. 0-2 from Struck. It's flied out very shallow left field. On the run, it drops in between 3 players. And it's a single for Pikatowski.
I was getting excited there. I thought Braden Jeffries would have had maybe a little like David Wright over the shoulder kind of catch, but nonetheless, falls in.
J.R. Struck on the mound. Rising sophomore at Rollins University. It's a D2 school in the Sunshine State Conference. About 25 minutes northeast of Orlando. First pitch to Matt Bolton is lined into right field, and Bourne has 2 base runners on. We have 1 down.
They're not going to go quietly. They'll challenge you. Also, interesting note on Rollins baseball, Ryan Hannigan, an assistant coach with the Orleans Firebirds and former catcher with the Boston Red Sox in 2016, as well as Cincinnati, an attendee of Rollins. Clay Bellinger in the late 1980s. John Castino as well, third baseman, who was co-rookie of the year in the American League in 1979 with the Minnesota Twins.
Bryce Eastep at the plate. A double play would end it for the Doors. Struck, fires. Just caught a piece, and it's 0-1. Eastep is 1 for 2 today. A single in the third. That was the first base hit that Bourne had today. Struck, fires, high, and it's 1-1. Struck, a very big strikeout pitcher. Had nearly 11 strikeouts per 9 with Rollins. The second best on the team. 1-1 count. An 8-run game. The pitch. Strike 2. Struck not too far from Rollins, originally from Charleston, South Carolina. Now here on the Cape with the Doors. The 1-2 just misses, and it's 2-2. Bolton on first, Piketowski on second. Back-to-back singles for Bourne after Medlock was retired to start the inning. The 2-2. Cut on and missed. JR struck with the strikeout. And Falmouth is 1 out away from clinching the playoffs.
Well, we thought it was earlier, maybe a bit of a premature celebration with the Katuitt defeat. Nonetheless, for the Commodores, they've done a nice job staying consistent all game. I mentioned insurance runs, the 2-run bottom of the 5th, 3-run bottom of the 7th, and the bullpen has looked really good tonight, Tim.
Right, we were going on the Cape League statistician. That may be true, but we just want to be sure of it. With tiebreakers and stuff, things can change.
And a lot of hard work done by Chris Toms, our league statistician. I mean, those are some deep history books. 10 different teams on Cape Cod, all by one person. He does phenomenal work.
But Riker Waite at the plate, and Struck is trying to do something that hasn't happened since 2023. It's a 2-0 count to Waite. E-step on first, Bolton on second. 2-0 count. Fires. Strike one. 2 more strikes for J.R. Struck. 8-run ball game. He's got plenty of time. But any pitch could do it. Here it is. It's low and it's 3-1. Here it is, high. So it's a walk to Riker Waite. And the bases are loaded for Bourne. 8-run ball game. Brings up Rustin Rigdon, the 2-hitter. Rigdon 1 for 4 today. A single and scored a run in the 6th. Struck, trying to get out of it. It's flied backwards, and it's 0-1. Truly a phenomenal offensive day by the Doors. 19 hits, 13 runs. The second most hits this season. Now Struck tries to put the final touches on it. 0-1 pitch. Just inside. 1-1. Bourne, not a shabby offensive day either. 10 hits and 5 runs. But just can't compete with 13 runs on the other side.
Not by any stretch of the imagination.
Struck, deals. It's lined over the second baseman, Maley's head. 1 run comes in to score. And it's 13-6 in the top of the 9th. J.R. Struck and the Commodores will have to wait for 1 more out to clinch the playoffs.
Another solid day for Rustin Rigdon, 2 for 5 against the Commodores today for the product out of Vanderbilt. 263 average entering today in 32 games. Those numbers will improve alongside Fabio Peralta and Gavin Greger, who entered tonight in the same 255, 260 range. Good night to be a batter.
Luke Costello up at the plate. One of the key guys, part of the Bourne lineup all season. Bases loaded and 2 down. Struck, deals. Strike 1. Only 2 players on Bourne do not have a hit today. The 0-1. It's low, and it's 1-1. Struck in his freshman season at Rollins held opponents to a 200 batting average and led the Tars with 18 appearances. He's been good with Falmouth so far. The 1-1 is cut on and missed. Now he needs one more pitch to get the job done in game 36 of the season. 7-run lead for the Doors. Bases loaded, 2 down. Struck, fires in the dirt, and it goes off of Brooks. Nice stop. No runs come across. Gov Fuller Field comes to its feet as you hear the claps surrounding the Commodores. Struck. Sets himself and throws. It's fouled away.
Last strike and last out, always the hardest to get, Timmy.
Bourne is not making it easy in the top of the 9th. Still a 7-run lead. Everyone that's left at Gov Fuller Field is clapping and ready for the final out. Struck, throws. It's right up the middle. It's off his leg and can't be picked by the second baseman, Maley. 1 run is in to score. The throw comes to the plate. Nothing else ensues. 13-7. Bases stay loaded in a wacky play off the pitcher Struck's left or right foot.
How about this? 3 consecutive hits, now 5 in the inning. 2 runs have come in to score off of Struck. You'd rather have this, though, than walks, and you appreciate Struck right there. I know the World Cup ended a couple weeks ago, Tim, but the little soccer move in the kick to Austin Maley, a little bit of soccer, a little bit of football. Commodores with a touchdown lead right now.
And that would have been a truly special way to end it off the back heel. But now he has to go against Josiah Overbeek, who has been a scary hitter today. 3 RBIs off of that 3-run shot, which at the time made it a 6-run ball game. How it stands right now, bases are loaded. 1-0 to Overbeek. The pitch in the dirt. It gets past Brooks, but the runner on third and wait does not go. Brooks kind of had an eye on the ball and him as he jogged back to get that ball. This the 8th batter of the inning for Bourne. The Braves not going down without a fight. Struck the 2-0 pitch outside, and it's 3-0.
Still no one currently warming in the Commodores bullpen, so this is J.R. Struck's game to finish. Again, you can make a play at any base. You just have to throw strikes, get it in the zone, and you're bound to find some success.
Struck's 2 outs, a ground out to short, and a strikeout. A couple of batters ago. High, ball 4. That walks in a run, and it's now a 5-run ball game. The tying run is on deck, and Elliot Medlock. Here comes the pitching coach, Paul Evans. It's a 5-run lead, but now you are starting to get a little bit more scared.
It's just about calming the nerves, especially with 2 outs. It's cliche, but you've already come that far. Got 1 more out to get in the inning. You got to trust your defense behind you tonight, especially with the nice plays you've had all season long in the outfield. I mean, anywhere you hit it. Carter White, a strong arm. Fabio Peralta, we don't need to say anymore. And Gavin Greger, his great speed. And the defense has looked good for the Commodores all evening as well.
3 runs have come across this inning for Bourne. And the 9th batter of the inning, Berkeley Mabius, comes to the plate. Bases are loaded, 2 down in the top of the 9th. 1 out, and the Doors clinch the playoffs for the first time since 2023. Struck, fires, strike 1. 1 step closer. Sometimes you got to take a couple steps back to get 1 step closer. That's what Struck is trying to do here. A 1 the pitch. Off speed, just outside. It's 1-1.
Yeah, well located, but just missed off the outside corner, especially with the way Brooks caught it to the backhand side. Not enough to sell Robert Milms on the call.
Mabius 0 for 4, one of 2 Bourne players that has not reached base. Struck, trying to be the 5th. 1-1, it's in the dirt and off of Dallas Brooks. Another run comes in to score, and it is a 4-run ball game, 13-9. 2 down, runners at 2nd and 3rd for Berkeley Mabius. Now the thing is that runner, I guess you could say, doesn't matter that much because all that matters is that you get the last out, but now you take away the force out at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
I mean, to just think 9 runs since the top of the 6th inning.
2-1 on Mabius. The pitch inside. And there's a free base at 1st. On deck is Elliot Medlock, who came into the game for Justin Osterhaus. And if he gets walked right here in Mabius, we'll bring up
Elliot Medlock,
the tying run. And there it is. It's a walk. Bases are loaded, 2 down. Elliot Medlock, who led off this inning and got out with a ground out to the shortstop Farner, now has a second chance. One swing would tie this ball game.
And hit his first homer of the summer on Cape Cod against the Commodores on July 15th in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
That ball was crushed in Doran Park, dead center. First pitch, strike 1. Struck needs 1 more, and the Doors are out of it.
And you know Medlock's got one thing on his mind here, gunning for a grand slam.
100%. Struck trying to limit any big contact. 0-1 inside, and it's 1-1. But you can't keep walking guys now with the bases loaded in a 4-run game, because then 1 base hit that gets to the wall would tie it. You gotta attack these hitters. 1-1 from Struck. Cut on and missed. 1 more to go in what has been a wacky and wild 9th inning in a crazy game at Gov Fuller Field. 13-9, Falmouth over Bourne. J.R. Struck has another chance to silence Bourne. The pitch is flied out into deep center field. Peralta back at the track. He's got it. Doors win. And for the first time since 2023, Falmouth is going back to the Cape Cod Baseball League playoffs.
There we go. Took a lot tonight, but the Commodores eventually lock it down, and it took about 375 feet of a shot to deep center all the way at the warning track, a la Mike Piazza and Bernie Williams, but finally the Commodores locked down the win after a 4-run top of the 9th, 2 separate 4-run innings for the Bourne Braves, 4 separate innings in which the Commodores scored 2 or more runs tonight, all in clusters, but the Commodores get it done, Tim.
That game certainly did not disappoint, Farrell. Incredible how these 2 teams just kept pouring on big innings after big innings. Falmouth had 2 4-run innings to start the game, and then Bourne had a 6th inning where they scored 4 and a 9th inning where they scored 4. But the bats for Falmouth, just too much. 19 hits, 13 runs. That's going to win you almost every single game.
Yeah, Commodores, when they have scored 11 or more runs this year, Tim, are 4-0. To no one's surprise, the 11-10 win over the Gatemen, the 11-4 victory over the Orleans Firebirds, 13-9 win tonight, and the victory over the Hyannis Harborhawks, 15-7 in Hyannis this past Friday.
Exciting times in Falmouth. 13-9, they win it. And for the division race now, things are getting tighter. in the West Division.
Yeah, certainly, Tim. I mean, for the Commodores, it was very important tonight to get that win for that reason. Hyannis beating Katuitt did the Commodores a favor, but Commodores doing themselves a favor winning. But again, 4 games to go. You're trying to steal that number 2 spot from Hyannis, which is very likely your playoff scenario. But if Bourne can go and beat Hyannis on Thursday, that can go a long way for the Commodores too. But it starts with the Commodores winning tomorrow night.
How it stands right now, Falmouth at 34 points, Hyannis with 36, and Bourne with 39. So the Commodores are done with Bourne for the season, but have Hyannis tomorrow. We're going to see what happens with that game and with rain, but nevertheless, certainly the most important game of the season, as we are going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Andrew Hilsman, with Gavin Greger.
Thanks, guys, here alongside Gavin Greger. Gavin, one of your best days at the plate as a Commodore, and it's a little sweeter. The Doors are headed back to the playoffs. What does that mean to you as a second-year Commodore?
Yeah, I mean, we came up a little bit short last year, so I think getting ourselves in, and the regular season's not over yet, so being in and the regular season's not over yet is pretty cool. And now we could just play baseball free and easy, and look forward to playoffs.
Those first couple of innings, what worked so well for you as a group offensively?
Yeah, I mean, everybody had it today, which was awesome. Complete offense. I think for us, he was just looking for one pitch. He was throwing his heater a lot for strikes and couldn't find much of the zone with his other stuff. He's a great arm, but today we came out on top and we stuck to a plan and it worked.
As an offense, how much freer does it make you guys when you have a guy like Colby making that sort of start?
Yeah, I mean, he keeps tossing up zeros. I mean, another quality start from him. I mean, he's throwing it well, and when you could go out and he's gonna keep throwing up donuts. It gives us opportunities and it makes our job a little easier. So fun to play behind him for sure.
Just a couple of games left and only a couple more home games. What are you asking from the town of Falmouth and these fans as we head to the playoffs?
Yeah, they've been awesome. So just keep doing what they're doing, showing out. I mean, it seems like they're having a lot of fun with us, and when they bring the energy, it's a lot easier to play with what we got going on here. So, I mean, whatever they're doing, keep doing it because it'll work tonight.
Thanks, Gavin.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thanks so much, Andrew, and thank you to Gavin Greger as we welcome you into the broadcast booth. And a Commodores win, and the first time in the playoffs since 2023. Just a great feeling overall after that one, Farrell.
Yeah, Gavin Greger said it. 4 games right now to maybe make up a little bit of ground. You'd love to have a home playoff series, a potential decisive Game 3, especially if it's an opponent to the caliber of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, who are now over 500. You've battled them well all season long at home. If you can't, you go on the road to Hyannis and take care of business Game 1, try and flip the series back home. Short series, you can't really ask too much, but for the Commodores, you're in 4 games to go. I know last year was the win-in scenario versus Katuitt, and as Gavin Greger alluded to, no needing to deal with that for the Commodores this summer.
As we quickly remind you that this broadcast is the production facilities provided by Falmouth Community Television, making everything possible for us to do our jobs. And it's crazy because it's been so long, 2023 for the Commodores, and that's rare in the Cape to go that long without making the playoffs. So it's very good to see them back in it. But the offense coming to life after the last 2 games where they were not existent really, to have a game like today, change the tide, it was much needed.
Yeah, 2 of your last 3 games against division rivals, you've put up 28 runs. 28 runs in 40 hits in 17 innings of action. If you have that kind of offensive production for the rest of the season, you're in good shape. Now, granted, that's going to be a lot tougher when you're facing some of the best pitchers come playoff time, but always good to get a tune-up. Like I've said, those additions, especially Tommy Harrison, you see him go deep again tonight with the 2-run shot. Having that power in the lineup is just such a jolt for the Commodores.
So the Commodores take it 13-9 over Bourne and are back into the playoffs. We take a look at our final stat line of today. Falmouth, 13 runs, 19 hits, and 1 error. Bourne with 9 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Well, that will wrap it up from Gov Fuller Field. Falmouth is on the road tomorrow against Hyannis, and then an off day on Thursday back at Gov Fuller Field for Friday and Saturday. But we say a huge thank you to our producers, Landon Stills, Skylar Ellis, our director, Emily Gerard, our videographers, Lily Matthews and Alex Bond, our sideline reporter in Andrew Hillsman, my partner, Farrell Hudson. I'm Timmy Weiss saying so long from Falmouth. Doors win it 13-9.